Yes.
Yes, to me it's good morning.
I know. It's very early morning for you, right?
Yes.
Did you
Here is like 6:30
yes.
a.m. Yeah,
That's okay.
very early.
That's okay for you?
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's nice.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a little bit nervous, but I
Why?
will try my best. Why? I why? Because I will speak about a lot of people.
So what? You will be speaking actually in Zoom and it will be floated to all the social media possible that you can think of. So
Yes.
it will be there live in Facebook, it will be there in IBM TV, it will be
Ye-
there in four different
yes, of
social
course.
media. But I need a
Yes.
picture of yours. Could you please look at the screen?
Okay, let me please.
One, two, three. Look at the screen. Yeah.
The light is good. My
Perfect.
light.
Everything is perfect.
Okay.
Everything is awesome. You're looking great. So give
Thank
me
you
a
too.
and you're wearing blue. I can see that.
It's the blue day today.
Yes, of course. Thirsty. Nice to meet you, Julia.
Nice to meet you too, Chris.
Oh my God, you're in blue as well. Whoa.
Yeah, you see?
Yes. It's like it is good connection.
It
It
is, it
is.
is. It's the vibe, it's the vibe.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so Julia, give me a small info. You're from Belgium or?
Yeah.
Yes, super. So I know everyone's location now. So what
And
I'm
Chris, are
doing,
you from Mexico?
Me?
Yeah.
Brazil.
Brazil.
I'm
Brazil, all right.
Yes. You?
Belgium, Europe.
Wow.
Far, far away.
Far, far away, I know. What time is it?
It's 11 o'clock now,
11
a.m.
o'clock? Here is 6:30 a.m.
Wow, you
Yeah.
already look great at that early.
Thank you. I wake up is like 5 a.m. too.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know this, there is a popular 5 a.m. club between the entrepreneurs. Many of them would wake up at 5 a.m. to do some extra work.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Arjit, how are you okay? It's your last day, right?
It is the first
Yeah.
day of WLS 2021. So help me to take a picture of yours. Could you just look at the
Okay.
screen and smile? 1, 2, 3.
Please.
Yeah, here we go. You both of you ladies actually made my life simple because I was actually taking pictures during the summit. What the heck?
Of course.
Yeah, just Julia, sorry, just give me another smile and say hey.
Hey.
Hold on. Let me see if the
All
picture is
right.
fine. Perfect.
Sure.
Okay, so the mode will be I'll give you a pre-event rundown because both of you are early. So like we usually go live exactly at 4 o'clock every day for the last 10 days. We have half an hour left to go live. So we have a very limited number of audience, which is a filtered business people who usually join here as a Zoom audience. For rest of them, startups and students, professors, all of them join in social media. Okay. So the question comes from all these 6 different social media. I gather the question, shoot it to you. Okay. But today we have a moderator. So she will be joining and she will be moderating the sessions. I'll be there. I'll just open the floor for all of you. And whatever question will be there, she will be asking you. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
I asked just to speak slower because my English is not in progress again. Please. I'm sorry. You understand me?
Yep.
We understand you perfectly, and your English is good enough. Don't worry. I think
You are
always
so
underestimate yourself. Don't do that. You see, men don't care. They would just speak like they speak, and women want to be perfect.
okay. Thank you. Let me do a boomerang to Instagram.
Yay! Ah, that's my goal.
Yes, just boomerang, just boomerang. Okay. Perfect.
So Chris and me, we actually met in Chris. Where exactly we met? Singapore, right?
Yes.
Yes, it was Google
In,
Business Group.
yes, yes.
Yes,
For
yes.
3 years.
How many years now? And he's like a kind of super coach in founders world. And you
Uh,
should try to tell him. That's the reason we talking. So he's from the marketing. You're going to speak marketing. So
yeah.
kind of consolidate from there.
He knows how to match right people consciously or unconsciously.
Yes. I talk about some tips and some technicals in all you can use on your website and for your
So that's
It's like a friendship between nations, between countries. It's in Russian, but I can translate it in English by my own. So we have like a green, green, it's associated with a peace and calmness. So we like this color. You can continue. I will ask, next slide. Makeability Club is an initiative to create an exclusive opportunity for us to be integral part of a lead forum to carve out an issue with international recognition. So you see a little bit below, Mr. Sergei Dvaryanov is the president of Diplomatic Club. He is also a journalist, historian, and doctor PhD, and he participated in many international events. I think Mr. Jit will get acquainted with him because we organized during pandemic quarantine online conference. We talk about peace, we talk about international affairs. And our initiative to connect different people from different countries, we talk about business projects, we talk about many initiatives concerning peace and saving peace in different countries, especially where is some conflicts, like happens in Karabakh or somewhere else, like some of contradiction, like for example, Kurdistan. Can we next, Farah? So if you see, we are needed many people, different, it could be social activists, different organizations, maybe we work with United Nations too, maybe some associations like Indian, where so much active, and very smart people were interested in, we organize it in, this is photos from Great Britain. Mr. Sergei Dvaryanov participated in international forum about also concerning Mahatma Gandhi, 150 years memorable year, and he was awarded with social award. Can you forward next? So we are doing it usually in Moscow too, our events like this, and we award people by social award because we think we need to highlight people and motivate them to continue their activity in social projects, in projects with concerning peace and international relationship. Some people coming from different countries like Nepal, Poland, England, India, also from Armenia, and we are not concerned in political on some like censor of age. So if people started from young age until the age they want to participate, it's very good opportunity for them. It's motivation for them to continue with social activity. Please next. So networking opportunities. Member of our diplomatic club, while serving for the community along our events, is a jury to interacting with various leaders, business people, policymakers. In our past events has notably hosted over 160 bureaucrats, corporate heads, member of parliament, heads of state, research heads, international diplomats. So we work with ambassadors in Russia. In Moscow, we are trying to cover all of possible for us, countries from different from Africa continent, Southeast Asia, India, some of European countries who are good for open for cooperation. It's Malta, it's Estonia or Finland, and also we cooperate with consuls. So we are like to organize event inside of embassies to invite Russian people to show them in our different culture, to get acquainted with traditions of this country. And we are do it like exhibition. We invite artists, contemporary art. We show our Russian art also, and people like it. They come in and communicate together, make a good connections between each other, and its future. It's very helpful for them in their career and projects. It can be favor. Also, before pandemic, we are doing it in. This is a good picture from our Moscow event. It was a beauty contest. We also support different events. Inviting, it was one, and the photo is from the right side. Third is a guest from Mr. Rodrigo. He's Ernesto Gomez, he's from Salvador, working in Salvadorian embassy, represent his embassy, and also participated in this event. He was awarded as the best diplomat from our diplomatic club. We also has our award. And we are doing it like integration with another events because we want to support events in beauty, in business, in different spheres, ecology, to show how international level is also important because when diplomats come in for event, it show international support and international level. It could be favor. And before pandemic, can you do next? And before pandemic, we do more global events. And we organized different events in Middle East, like Bahrain, Dubai, Qatar. It's very area of our interest to organize it outside. So we invite Russian businessmen and Russian activists to show them country, to introduce with people in particular. And it's very good to tighten our relationship for future, you know, even ambassadors will be changed, but this project will be for ages, and also it's stimulated to invite international tourists to visit this monument of peace and mercy. So we will also invite Japanese people waiting pandemic will be finished. For us is important because, you know, Japan and Russia actually has a special relationship between each other because of Kuril Islands. But we want to show as politics cannot only show us and make us behave like them want to do. We are people, we're not, we're independent, we can construct a relationship between each other through culture, through saving tradition. And if we are together for the peace, it's very good feature to unite us. And in future, we can cooperate more effectively. And I hope we can travel in future also when borders will be open.
We have to travel. Ingrid, I don't know if you know the IP50. It's, you know, the most influential women in the world. It's the top 50 women. So I would really like that you take contact later with me so that I can introduce our message and part of this group. Our message is really to vehiculate peace. We don't care about the political. We really vehiculate peace through the artistic, through the economic affairs, through, you know, trade and development, just like you. And we never clash with the politics. So this is super important. So please do share, because I'm sure that you would like to be a part of this. Also,
I will be glad. Thank you.
With pleasure. You know, with all what is happening with the pandemic, of course, peace has been, you know, completely, you know, well shattered. There are countries which really they were already not living in an easy situation, and with COVID, it has just hastened the worst on the situation. In you, in being, of course, with the you know, with this role of diplomacy and peace. What is your you know, how can you give some hope also through the screen to the people? Because today, peace, the need for peace is even much more important than it has always been, because of course we are all, you know, in quest of this balance, because peace is balance. So when all this has been crashed with the COVID, with the pandemic, there is really a bigger need for peace. So what's your message? What's your advice to the people who are listening to you today, Ingrid?
No, because our topic also concerns leadership, I think everyone must show as much as he can to show to be a leader in his field. I'm trying to be leader in my country, and I'm not, how to say, I want to help my people, Russian people, to save peace and support them. And also everyone must know that he's not alone, because we live in a big world. And even if he has some obstacles and problems now, we have also opportunity to make friends like we do now through forum, through online, internet, or many connections. And I don't feel myself that I don't have support, because in different country where I travel, I always make friends, and I know that they can support me in different time, and also they rely on me. So it's like a two-side communication. It's very important to be helpful too. And even if you do small contribution to help one person, for example, if I can help someone person from my small power, how to say, and it will be a very good effect, and I will be very happy. So to save peace, it's mean not to be egoist and not to be only concentrated on your material interest in your life. So even thanks to pandemic, I think we more realize where how is spiritual values are important more than even before living before. Maybe we want to save some, I don't know, our finance, build a house, have a car, and stay wealthy. But pandemic show us that we can be, anyone can be touched by virus. No, COVID. It's very dangerous, and it doesn't matter your nation or your political choice, or your, it doesn't matter if it will be happen with you, this disease showing how we are weak of our environment. So we must respect environment. Also, I start to thinking about ecology and saving environment, because climate change show us how it's can be a worse climate in future if we not stop to be consumers as we were before. So also about ecology, I participated now in ecological movement and trying to make something interesting to support this idea to be more very respect environment and not push everywhere rubbish or just stay away if somebody do it too. So we must be more responsible. This is also a point which I want to say today.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really, that's great. I don't know if we have. Yeah, I think we have one question, which is: have you already shared your initiative also in Africa?
Yes, thank you very much. I've been visited in September Tanzania, and I found where NGO who are supporting starving people, especially children. I visited school. I saw how we have poor condition, but same day and time there is also activists, social activists who feed them, support them, and they're organizing very soon forum of NGO. And if somebody want to contact me from Africa, I'm also will be glad, because Africa I want to visit again. It's very interesting countries there, because we work in with African embassies here in Russia, in Moscow, and I know a lot about Africa now. So my field of interest also to explore more, to get more contacts from there, and to develop there with social activity too. So it's I think it's good, because also United Nations supported them. I think it's will be interesting for me.
Definitely.
And great.
Yeah, great.
If you need any kind of support from my small capacity, and if you know what I do, I'll be more than happy to help you in any way, any
Thank
country
you.
across the globe.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Just think of approximate 95 plus countries in my small capacity network, all yours.
Thank you very much. It's very, very kind. Thank you.
Thank
Спасибо.
you.
I also will be helpful for Russian contacts, because if somebody needed, maybe for different fields, yes, as we work with politicians, work with diplomats, businessmen, where Russia is a big country, we are work with regions, because I noted that we organize projects in regions when we can do in Sochi, famous city, St. Petersburg. So we'll also be glad to invite you in my turn to participate in our events, forums, or conferences, and also by online, and maybe in future to visit beautiful places of Russia, because we have to show you.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sure.
By the way, I've been to Moscow. I've been to St. Petersburg, and yeah, beautiful place. And all of my friends know that I love snow, so of course I loved it.
Yeah, it's very nice. And now it's winter time. Yeah. But what help us, I can reply you. It's a kind heart. It's give us warm. We support each other, and we're not freezing. Despite it's very cold weather in Russia now.
Don't worry, we'll be there in no time, and we'll have the Russian food and of course the dance. We'll play chess, as well as we'll have the Russian vodka. Don't worry.
Yes, it's famous drink.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. That's great. That's really great.
Yes. Some questions also, I can read it. We do research at State University of New York. We would like to do some activities with you. So I can work. I want to say about New York as a few moments. I remember when I visited United Nations, it was very interesting forum. So I recommend, maybe to participate in future when will be possible to travel. It's very unique and special atmosphere when people shared their experience in different activities, and we also get acquainted with we can meet people from different countries, and I met so many interesting contacts where it was very interesting to trip with Russian delegates. Also, we were very interesting people with us, scientists, psychologists, businessmen, activists. We are invited. Even one lady, she is teaching etiquette, so she was very also interesting. She organized after event concerning etiquette.
Good. Fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, Ingrid.
Thank you very much.
Let's keep in touch. There is definitely a lot to do, and we can help each other by starting by this platform, as you have seen. So thank you very much, and wishing you all the best. Stay in touch.
Thank you. I would like to thank Mr. Ajay Bhattacharya for inviting me to participate in this beautiful, very interesting forum. I see women more active, so many beautiful women here. As I see, women are really leaders in their own. So I very admire today to be with you here. Thank you very much. Спасибо большое.
Пока-пока.
Пока.
Thank you very much. So should we move to Tiaraji to the next speaker? Yes.
She's here.
Maybe should we move with Christina? It's okay. Christina, she's there. Hi, Christina. Can you hear us? Your micro. Can you put your micro on, dear Christina? No. You're muted. You should unmute. Okay, now it should be okay. Yeah. Can you talk? No.
Relax, Christina. It was working earlier. Just check your cable connection. Relax. You're doing fine.
It's okay? No. No. Maybe maybe she should maybe leave and come back again. Arjit, what do you think? Maybe you should yeah, maybe Christina, if you can just leave it the platform now, connect again, and then if you don't mind, please, I'm sure that it's going to be okay, and maybe we can maybe take the other reader, well, the other speaker. Arjit, what do you think? Or we wait? It's as you want.
We can start with Mr. Shine. He's there.
With Shiny is there. Yes, hi Shiny.
Shine, you're muted.
Shine.
Hi there. Hi, everyone.
Hello, hello. Yes, we can hear you. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you. And how are you?
We're all great in this ambience. You see, it's plenty of women. It's getting balanced now with more men. But Arjit was just with women. He started this morning.
That's cool.
Okay, so China. Well, thank you very much. From India. Great. I see the sun through the window. Absolutely.
Yeah, we have it's pretty good sun over here. I mean, our climate is good here. So it's nice weather here. Yeah.
Okay, so Shine, if you can please introduce yourself. Well, first of all, thank you for joining. It's a pleasure. And then just let's have some good time together.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So as my name is Shine Gopal. I'm from the southern side of India called Kerala. It's a very beautiful piece of land on earth. We're surrounded with mountains and beaches, waterfalls, lagoons, and so on. And I'm an entrepreneur. I run a business ecosystem which has presence in 24 countries. We do is we help organizations to expand to international markets, as well as I work closer with governments and larger organizations to set up industrial parks, innovation ecosystems, knowledge parks, and so on. So we mainly focus on the emerging markets, but we have presence in the UK and other markets as well, with our headquarters based out of Cochin. And in the African continent, we have an office located in South Africa, but we have chapters, we have our partner organizations on our branches in, West Africa, East Africa, and other, African nations, and then also in the Caribbean islands, and as well as in the United States as well. So the organization's main focus is to help SMEs, small and medium and startups to get into the international market through a like-minded ecosystem of entrepreneurs from different parts of the world. The organization is quite successful. We have taken many international delegations. We have helped many organizations. We work with Fortune 500 companies to family-owned startups. So we have many stories, about activities which we are doing right now. So today we are going to talk about the effect of COVID on the global business, and certain observations as well, which is upcoming or emerging trends in the global space. So I hope we are ready to go.
Of course, of course you're ready to go.
Great. So, yeah. So the outbreak of the COVID pandemic all over the world have disturbed the political, social, economic, religious, and the financial structures across the world. And it is the first time, not the first time, it is a historic contraction of per capita since 1817. World's topmost economy, as we all know, and the United States, China, UK, Germany, France, Italy, Japan, and many other countries are affected very badly. Some are recovering, some are in the process of recovering, and some are now adopting strategies to reinvent the economy right now. The stock markets in the world has been disturbed, oil price plunged down, and many experts on economic and financial matters have warned about the worsening condition. And in some industries, it is upcoming. Some industries, it's like the tourism, hospitality, events. Those industries are now affected badly. I'm not talking about the digital events, but the rest of the event organizations have been affected very badly. So I have observed mainly 4 Ds, emerging trends, the 4 trends or 4 Ds in the pandemic, the Ds. The number 1 D is the deglobalization. The second
Yeah.
Shine, I guess we are having some.
Yeah, I got stuck. Okay, yeah. Let's see.
Meanwhile, Chris, could you please check your mic? because we'll put
Yeah, in
you,
the
yeah.
meantime, yeah.
Unmute yourself. You're muted.
Yes.
Yes,
Good,
perfect.
fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Oh,
Ah,
great. Yes, okay.
yes.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Sure.
Okay.
So I can see that Egypt is laughing in the background with a muted mic. Hey, Ahmed.
Hey everyone, good
There we
morning.
go.
Because
Shine,
it's really morning in
Hi,
Egypt now, so
hi.
good morning.
Okay, Shine is back
Shine,
again.
Shine, you're muted. Shine.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
We are
yes.
good.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so deglobalization. We were talking about deglobalization.
The
Yeah.
first D. The first D.
Yeah, first day, yeah. So again, we can hear two jargons these days. One is the reshoring and the nearshoring. I mean, the reshoring is again the trend where the countries are trying to, the businesses are trying to come back to their own host country, the mother country, to set up their manufacturing there. And the nearshoring is, find out the next new markets to their home country to set up their manufacturing. So this is because due to the supply chain disruptions which are happening across the world, so this trend is changing. There is a lot of disruption is happening in this area. So, but this is not the end of deglobalization, but it is changing. We'll come to certain new aspects of deglobalization in the next session. But this is a emerging trend in globalization. Then the second topic is debt. That is private debt in emerging markets have surged to levels not seen in the past 50 years, with many countries having to borrow increasing amounts in their efforts to control the pandemic, and it takes years to recover. So the public development funds or the public funds are not going to, the government is not going to pump in money for the development of the nation. Rather, they are looking at investing in the country for developing better healthcare systems and so on. Even European powerhouse Germany is taken off a new debt for the first time since 2013, while the US Treasury second quarter borrowing with amount to around 3 trillion, more than 5 times the previous record. Eventually, though, that can drag on to the economic growth of countries, start to spend more and more on their annual income on paying creditors, a position developing countries have endured time and again. Accelerating economic growth in these circumstances is like trying to fly when we were already carrying a lot of debt, and now we are adding more. So this is something very, very sad happening especially with the emerging countries. The debt is tremendously increased, and the jobs are in trouble. They are unable to there is no much development happening during this time, and that is another major problem, we can say, which is affecting the global economy. The next point is digitalization. As you know, digitalization is the one thing which is happening. At the COVID-19 disrupted our work and social life, and of course our behavior patterns. The world is collectively trying to understand what is happening next. The fact is that we have already experienced more digital transformation in the last 2 months or 6 months or 1 year than we've seen in the last 20 years. While many workers and businesses are suffering from closures and quarantines, other areas of our economy are actually innovating and growing. These areas, including telecom, internet, supply chains, pharmaceuticals, online digital supply chains, pharmaceutical and healthcare, to name a few. To fully understand what is happening, we must realize that these changes will be driven by new mindsets and behavior that our society is now starting to adopt. Our activities such as video conferencing and ordering food online over the internet are actually more efficient than we ever experienced before. Many of these positively adapted new behaviors are not going to change. It is going to stay there forever. So that is happening with digitalization now. Another major issue is the demand and the supply chain.
Shine,
Yeah.
just a second, because all your subjects are so interesting. So maybe if I can interact a little bit with you, if you allow me. In the domain of digitalization, we know, of course, that this is going to be now, the impact
Right.
is great, and we have to go with the flow. If you take
Yes.
the creativity environment, let's, for instance, take also my flower business. I had to also go digital, but how can you digitalize really to its best creativity? Because you cannot digitalize everything. Do you think that there is a way to improve, this digitalization, to tailor-make this for the creative business, the tailor-made business like mine, for instance, when you do things which are unique, tailor-made, how can you digitalize this? And also, yeah, this is unfortunate. Do you think that for those businesses who cannot go digital, there is an end? So sorry, I have two questions, in fact.
Good question, very powerful question. It's very interesting how we can digitalize creativity. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a time of open innovation, as you know. Like when you look at the pandemic, what's happening? All over the world, people are trying to find out some vaccines, and all these informations are available on the net. What's happening in India, what's happening in Russia, what's happening in the US, everything. We all are having the access to the global, innovation right now. So no matter whatever it is, whatever it's innovation is not only in technology, it is happening everywhere in the processes, in services, in everywhere innovation and creativity is happening, right? So digitalization is bringing people together. Digitalization is all about data. We are getting access to everything from anywhere, any part of the world. So that is the one major impact happened because of the COVID that we look at now here. We're sitting together from different parts of the world and sharing knowledge, learning from each other, and adults learn through sharing and discussions. So that is happening here. So a lot of disruptions, a lot of knowledge transfer is going to happen through these digital conferences or digitalization. So you're right. A lot of things are happening. You can find out new vendors, new suppliers, new customers, new innovators, new coaches, new trainers, new problem solvers. we are getting access to digitalization. So it is changing everything. We are reinventing, the global community of business together. And we are trying to innovate. This is a kind of innovation happening on a global scale now. Did I answer your questions?
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome. But I appreciate questions. It will become more dynamic when we have questions.
Absolutely.
Right. All right. The next D is the demand and the supply shock. Many economists would agree that the economic effect of the outbreak combines aspects of so-called supply and demand shocks. A supply shock is something that reduces the economy's ability to produce goods and services at given prices. Public authorities and employers preventing service workers from doing their job can be in a supply shock right now. A demand shock, on the other hand, is something that reduces customers' ability or willingness to purchase goods and services at given price. People staying at home are not going to restaurants or movies because of the pandemic, may stop shopping or stop purchasing of goods or try to save each penny they have. And that is another shock. So this is another major impact of the pandemic, that is the demand and the supply shock. It is happening across the world. You can also see the prices are fluctuating. The demand and availability of product is changing. Somehow it is managed a bit, but in certain countries it is more, and certain countries it is less. So it's depends upon how much they depend on their own supply, national supply chain, or how much they depend on the international supply chain or the cross-border supply. That matters here. Do we have any questions on this?
Yes, we have a question, dear Shine. Yes.
Yeah, please.
You said very clearly, and we really all believe that, of course, the pandemic also brought in some opportunities, even many opportunities, especially for entrepreneur, innovative people like we all are here in this platform. But of course, there are, especially in the country where you are, in India, getting to the ICT, getting to the digital world, which is the future, as we said just before, is not easy because bandwidth is very, very bad. I come from the telecom world, so I know how important it is and how difficult it is. So how can we allow those people, if you take the small villages, for instance, that don't have access to the bandwidth, so they don't have access to the knowledge, they don't have access, to technology, how can they go, can participate to this digital world where you can have access to everything, where they don't have the basic mean to have access to this?
Oh, well,
What?
that is so that.
Sorry, sorry.
Okay, go ahead. That is interesting because that is a policy level. What you brought onto the table is a policy level, point. These governments need to take these kind of policies because it's a connected world now. Even the villages, the rural areas, people need to have the basic, internet has become a basic need. So that is a policy level adaptation which countries need to take to connect their rural villages to the global world. And moreover, even though we talk about digital, but there are a lot of requirements in the physical world also, basically in terms of creating community enabled enterprises, social enterprises. We are in the fourth industrial revolution, as you know, and we are in community 4.0 as well. So it is like moreover like a collective and cooperative world we are standing, and we are in the circular economy right now. So life started from the rural places. There is a lot of cheap labor available. There is a lot of resources available, land available. So this can be, we can bring in more social forums, more community forums to create, co-create, innovations from the standpoint of food production, or creating organic food supply, and many ventures can be started in the rural areas at low cost as well. Production of low cost building materials, or in when we and that is again it depends upon each country. For India, the opportunities are different. If you look at Brazil, it is different. Look at South Africa or Guyana, the requirements are different. But in the rural area also, we can create more opportunities. We can create more community enabled businesses to ensure new ventures are opening up, the new disruptions are happening even in the villages. But it is through proper coaching, training, and mentoring. This is practical, and of course a lot of governmental intervention is also required to support these initiatives as well.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. That's not an easy one. Yeah. I'm helping a project in India which is called We Care, and of course, really more linked with rural. So please stay in touch, Shiny, if you don't mind, if we can, share and then join forces to help. You are there, and the people I work with also from there. And then if we can, from this part of the world, just share and join forces. That's how it should be. At least this has brought the facility. COVID has brought the facility of making the world just so easy to attain.
Yeah, it is all about a shared economy, circular economy, or a collective entrepreneurship. And I am setting up a entrepreneurial retreat in India. Maybe it will be ready by the time the borders are open, where people can come and stay there in a rural village. I'm developing a rural village with a very beautiful ecosystem there. So people from across the world can come there. We can communicate, we can ideate, we can share thoughts, and we can do a lot of things there. So definitely we can in the meets also, we can definitely connect and see how we can help each other, our communities and our countries, of course, and our people as well, because it's all about conscious entrepreneurship, how we can give back to the society and help the society to thrive in the most, this is a time our society needs support, right? So we are here.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dear Harjit, we have plenty of questions. Just give me a sign and tell me if we continue.
It is there in your I think in your chat box. But before we continue the questions, I think I have a small announcement to make. I'm really sorry to hop in between the beautiful conversation. We have a couple of industry awards to give, and the reason we are announcing now, because these guys are actually from Australia and it's really late night. So I can see now Yemen, who actually raised hand. Martha, I think you already got the award. You're from Africa. We're just looking for people who are getting award today. Benedict Harris, thank you so much. So, Concepta, I need a small favor. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pull one by one them to the panel. And we
I cannot hear you proper now, Arjit. You seem very far now from the micro.
Now?
Good. Now it's okay. Yeah. Now it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to pull them one by one to the panel. Yeah. And I'll put the picture on the screen, and you can give them the award. Just tell their name. Really sorry for the last minute arrangement. couple of hours back. Is it fine?
Okay. No, the micro is left again. Speak again, Arjit.
How is it happening? Can you hear me?
I don't know. It's very far, very far.
Can you all hear me, or I don't know? Nothing is.
It's very far, Ajit. It's
Very
it's
far.
quite
Yeah,
far.
it's very, very far. So yeah, it's just
Very
kind
steep.
of faded away.
Is it fine now?
No.
No.
Okay, let me write in your chat concept. Might be some mic
Okay, now it's
issues.
okay. Now it's okay.
It's better
Good.
now.
Just give me
It's
the
good
name,
now.
and I would be very happy to do whatever you want me to do.
Give me a second.
Please.
Please check your WhatsApp. This is the guy who will be getting the award. I'm putting him in the panel one by one.
Okay. Oof. So this is the first one.
This is the second one,
Benedict, the first one. Okay.
and this is the third one.
Okay. I start one by one. Otherwise, I get lost. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
We start with
I'll
Benedict.
pull Benedict. Okay. He's there in your panel. Am I audible now? Can you hear me now?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So Benedict, you are in the panel. Probably you can turn on your mic and camera, please.
Okay, give me a moment. I've just got to full screen it. Cool.
There we
Excuse the
go.
bad light here. Hello, everyone.
Hello. How are you?
Good. Hello from Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
It's almost 10 p.m. here.
Good. Yes, fantastic. Fantastic.
Uh,
So Benedict, thank you for your passions to be up at night. So this is really a proof of passion already. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we are giving you this fantastic award to you, Benedict Harris.
thank you.
Right? Fantastic for app developers. So this is all for you.
And it's still in beta, but it's about to soft launch next month once all the madness of Christmas and New Year's out of the way.
Yeah. So that's all for you. It's a World Music App Excellence Award for this year. Thank you very much and congrats, Benedict.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Bravo, as we say. Bravo.
Well done.
Really
It's quite
good.
warm here in Sydney. That's why I'm wearing a singlet. It's quite hot tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Benedict. I'm pulling you
Thank
down as a attendee. Yeah.
We have Nev now.
Nev now, yes.
Nev Hyman. Oh yeah, fantastic. Nev, easy on.
Unmute. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Nev.
Hi guys.
Hello.
How
How
are
are you?
I'm very good. It's not so late on the Gold Coast. It's an hour earlier than Sydney, so it's not so late. And but I've really enjoyed what I've heard, and thanks Ajit and the World Leaders Forum. It's fantastic. This whole thing is
Well,
wonderful.
thank you to you, and then we're more than happy to award you this award, Affordable Housing Excellence Award for 2020. So that's all for you, Nev. So well done. So
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it, and I would love to explain to people what it's all about. If anybody's interested in,
Please.
oh, do you want me to say something now, or?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, Nev House is a social, economic, and an environmental solution to affordable housing globally. So we take all grades of contaminated, low-grade, commingled plastic waste directly out of the environment and transform that waste into composite panels for flat pack, architecturally designed houses for the poor, the displaced, the homeless, affordable housing for millennial youth, all the way through to luxury eco resorts, because that part of our program is just simple, brilliant architecture that we've won the Good Design Award for in Australia. The actual structures or homes can be erected and dismantled by low-skilled locals in 2 days on any terrain. no concrete, no painting, no rendering, and designed to withstand hurricanes and earthquakes, Category 5 hurricanes.
Wow.
What I like to say is plastic is not evil. It's actually the improper disposal of plastic that is the problem. And that is what the whole world is crying out about. And the main reason they're crying out about it now is because China put up the plastic, the national sword, and said, we're not taking your waste anymore. So developed nations have a huge problem in what to do. They, in fact, in Australia and in the US, in Australia, my company will be paid between $50 and $150 a tonne to take plastic waste that 5 years ago, I would have had to pay $300 to $500 a tonne. But more importantly, in developing nations, my company can pay locals the minimum wage to collect low-grade plastic waste, not bottles and cans and cardboard, but actually the plastic that's actually blowing around in the wind or washing up on the beaches. We can take that and turn that into these composite panels. And the demand for shelter globally is overwhelming, as we all know. And especially in some of the regions of some of the lovely people that I've heard speak tonight in relation to the need for shelter for refugees. And I've met with the UN about putting 1,000 of our NEV houses into warehouses for immediate deployment and rapid deployment when there is a refugee crisis or a catastrophe of sorts. That's what we're doing. We're excited about it and would love to hear more.
Fantastic. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it's
my
I
pleasure.
very happy thing. Consider and Ajit, the eco resort which we are planning, maybe we can look at a NEV's product. What do you think about that?
Yes, indeed.
I would like to know a bit more about it. So please send us more information. Ajit,
of course, it's a business platform, so everybody will get connected with each other. So time for the next award, Maqsood.
Yeah, Maqsood. Maqsood, are you with us?
Yeah, just pull him up.
Yeah.
Please turn on your camera and video, Maqsood. Mr. Maqsood, you need to turn on your camera and video, please.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can, but could you please turn on your video?
All right.
There we go. Hi, Maqsood.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Very well. And yourself?
All right, doing all right. Currently in Dubai.
Good. Great. So we are happy to, well, thank you very much for being there. And then we're very happy to share with you the prize that you have today. It's the World Sustainable Structure Excellence Award for this year. So this is all for you, dear Maqsood. Thank you very much. And then, yeah, all for you. So if you want to say a word, that would be nice.
Yes,
Please, if you want to share just a couple of words with us.
We have a research center. We have a group of researchers across the world. We have people we also have opened up an office in Australia as well. We have a research center in US, and we collaborate research in China and Germany elsewhere as well. And we publish our research through American Society of Civil Engineering journals and also in Europe. And we develop new products in the building construction industry.
Good.
Currently, what we have right now is the health at risk all across the globe. We have looked into the health issues of teenagers getting addicted to telephones and not talking to each other physically, not playing physically, not because they don't want to, but we don't have a good playground in place. Because when we were kids, like 50 years ago, everybody went outside and played because there were no iPhones. But today, everybody, all the kids, they want to spend time with their iPhones, and they don't even talk to their siblings, even in the same house. So we have come up with new play equipments that will engage teenagers, and this can be applied all across the globe. Similarly, we also have come up with economical solutions for cities, for example. We have developed what's called as a portable stadium, portable bridge, where you can go ahead, if the city cannot afford a bridge, you just rent a bridge just like you rent a car. So there are a lot of many more research ideas that we have developed. Recently, we have developed right now in the process of aqua therapy, trying to have therapy for depression by water, so that we have an equipment where you sleep in that and you let it go into the river, and your body will be in what only the head is up, and you become part of the nature. So there are a lot of interesting projects that we're doing all across it can be applied. And we have built projects in about 29 countries so far. And we're looking forward to do more. And we have a website, www.specialtystructuresusa.com. You can also search us on the YouTube, and you'll see interesting projects that we have developed for the construction industry, both for buildings and bridges. And Arjit, thank you so much for organizing this, and all the organizers in the summit, and also Mr. Jay in our Australian office, Specialty Structures ANZ, which is a new office from last 1 year. It's active in Australia. And you want to know more about research that we produce, you can go to our website, send us an email, or call us up, and we are there to help. Our products are universal. They can be used in any country, in any situation.
Yes, thank you. Thank you to you. We definitely want to know more. Everything you said, it's so important. Really, it's great. Well, thank you very much, and well done. Thank you to you for being here. So we have another awardee, Arjit. So Marta, are you with us, Marta?
Yeah, Martha, you're there. You can turn on your camera and mic, please. Martha.
Yeah, Martha.
Could you please turn on your mic and camera? We can see that you are there in the panel. It's okay. Probably we can announce it, and then maybe we can move to the next speaker. Okay, so here you go.
Yeah. Okay, there, yeah, is she there? So, okay, Marta, I don't know if you can hear us, but you've been awarded the World ICT Training Excellence Award. So, well, bravo, thank you very much. If we we can share 2 minutes with you later. If you can appear, that would be great, but congratulations already for that. Thank you very much. Okay, maybe we get back to our speakers.
Please.
So maybe,
Hi.
Hi, well, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, Christina, of course. Of course. Thank you very much. Thank you for being there, Christina.
You're welcome.
So, of course, if you can well introduce yourself. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. And then let's get started.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Adair Cristina. I'm Brazilian. And then I work with my principal job is with digital marketing, and I love neuromarketing. So I know Arj in Singapore in the Google Business Group and a summit in 3 years ago. So, and then after this, I started study more digital marketing and more neuromarketing, and made jobs, projects in Brazil and then United States. So today I will talk about neuromarketing and why it's important use the techniques, and then some tips about neuromarketing in our companies and your jobs. So can I share my presentation?
Sure, please.
Can you help me, please? I don't know.
There is a button in your Zoom. It's called Share Screen.
Oh, okay. Thank you. 1 second, please. One second, please.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, I think okay now. Okay, here. So can you see?
Now it's okay. Absolutely. Yeah, now it's okay. It's clear.
Yes,
Very
can
much.
see.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So it's so simple, but it's good for have example about what I you tell me. Okay, what happened? Okay, I'm a business executive and I did digital marketing and I co-founded and Hack the Web. It's like school. So just to training people about marketing, digital marketing, content marketing, and what happened in this people. So what's neuromarketing? It's application of neuromarketing methods of analyze and understand human behavior, relation, and the marketing and the trade. So marketing is about stimuli that speak to the brand. For example, if you talk in self-centered, people love talk about herself. People love, I love talk about me, you love talk about you. Why? Because this, I love the center, the situation. So in your website, it's not, it's better use you monitor than we monitor. For example, in the picture you can see we alert you right away. So no, it's better you will know right away. You know what I mean? Use the word you, the people with the center, the situation. You understand? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Because I love it. And my mind have all attention when you talk about me to me, or when I can talk about me for you. And this is very important. When I when I when I see for you, let me talk about the situation. You, oh, okay, what happened? You know, because this. So people love talk about themselves. This is very important. When you use it in your communication, you can do that. People look for you. People pay attention in what you do to themselves. People love to contrast. What's contrast? It's black, white, you know. For other example, it's when people like more, I forget the word, but the contrast is new, old, black, white, uh, built, and ugly. You know what I mean? In when you use this technique in internet, we can use with colors. When you use contrast and colors, you can show people where people need to click. You know, it's like call to action. If you have a bottom, it's better when you move change the color for more attention, or red or yellow, or one contrast this image and bottom. For example, here, can you see it's old and new? My mind love new shoes. When you can test it, when you buy a new shoes, you can do that with your shoes, and you see your mind love the new, because my mind, your mind love the contrast. You can use it in internet, in your store, in your company, because our mind love it. Other tips is the beginning and the end. For example, we like pay attention in the starting the movie and the end the movie. Sometimes in the between, I forgot. I don't know exactly what happened because our attention is more height in the starting, in the finish or end, or presentation or movie or situation. You know, if you have a longer presentation, some people no pay attention. Some people just okay. You know, if you have important things to talk in the starting or in the end, it's better.
Okay, Christina, maybe
Sure.
let's have a chat, the two of us, just here, maybe for a little break, because it's so interesting. It's fantastic. I mean, it's let's say, you know, because the power of a neuromarketing is really to influence the customer in a way, you know, that
Uh-huh.
can go a little bit where we want through the neuromarketing. That's a little bit the idea. So how, if you can just make a very concrete example, maybe a funny one, or maybe how you see that really there is a change in behavior because marketing
Please,
is.
can you speak slowly? I'm sorry. Can you speak
Okay,
a
sorry,
little? I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Can you
Okay.
hear me? Yeah, no, I am sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so the neuromarketing can direct the people choice as we want. Maybe
Yes.
can you make a very simple example of how this is so powerful and as a result? Maybe just you can share with us a either you know either a funny story or something that happened that you really saw the impact of neuromarketing on a product, on a situation, on a person. If you can share with us.
Okay. This is example, the shoes I use in my training about sales. Because if you have a store in shoes or things, shoes or clothes, whatever, if you put one new and one old, the customer and the customer, the choice customer is new. This is fact. You can try this in the store. You know what I mean? Or, for example, let me see other. This, some websites don't know what you need to do inside the website. You look, it's very beautiful, it's good images, but what I need to do? Click or scroll, because don't have points for people know, I need to do that. So this image I can see. So I need learn click and the call to action. You know what I mean? Call to action is very important. Sometimes call to action is an image. Sometimes call to action is a button. So this in today with digital marketing, with a lot of websites online, we need to know, if very important, use the colors for show to people what do people need to do in our website. You understand? Some because it's very popular, this wrong. Some people do very beautiful website, but we don't know what I need to do in the site, or just look or to buy. I don't know, because I don't know what I need to do. You know, when you have a plan, or I want to buy this, and show to people, click here, grow up, sweep up, you know, this is call to action. This is very important. Or verb, or bottom, or image, but our website need this. The same thing here. When I saw about we're we don't look you in, for example. No, you are important. You are customer. I create things for you, and I need to show you, and talk about you. uh, you understand me? Do you understand me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let me show you more, a little bit more. So this graphic is show what I want to tell you about information about the presentation. So more important in the start and finish when you're done. Because in the between this time is people don't pay attention. People just, oh, let me see my website, let me see my WhatsApp, and the attention is low. So visual stimulus, it's very, very, very important. Our mind absorb like 80% about our things. So 80, yes, 808% about what we see. We need use information are inside our brain. For example, this is draw, it's a picture, but when we see this image, what you see? One man in the ocean. This is an example about when we use image and imagination together. So one man is sleeping. This is like my dream, My dream is know the ocean. This is for travel, for example. But you use image and draw.
Yeah.
This is very, very popular example, but it's very, very important. We like recommendation. People like recommendation. One look can change everything. This is much a baby look for me, and I look for him, and I don't know what commercial. I don't know. But when baby change him face to right, can you see? All people look what these words and look to brand and call to action, whatever, all things. Just this, the same baby, the same words, the same product. What change? Just the eyes, the people, the baby. This is very important. We love recommendation. We love see other people's. Our brain, our mind, love know this. For example, let me show you. Can you see me? Look,
Yeah.
this, for example, I am a model. Okay, and I see this. I love this cell phone. Okay, but when I saw, when I say I love this cell phone. This is very good. It's very interesting. All people look for my cell phone because I'm looking for it. This my eyes product. It's very I want to do. Okay. Do you see the understand?
Yeah.
It is a glass is a tracking. A tracking. And when communication, we can make a test. So this presentation show when one company change for back page, but the brand, all people didn't see. Yeah, this is a brand, Brazilian brand. And other new package, this is Tropicana, people didn't see. This is very important too, because we need to know if people see our brand or no. And when you use eye tracking to check, we can see that this import or no. What's best backpack? The best is wood for brand. This new pack page, no good, because don't work for brand.
Okay,
Other,
yeah,
I'm
Christina,
sorry,
maybe,
see? Yeah,
maybe another, maybe just one question. So, how can you play with colors in the brands? How can you play? What's the impact right away as you are showing? Can you elaborate maybe a little bit more?
okay. I have a slide about this. Okay, I want
Please,
here.
please.
This, okay. The colors are very important. Kind of color, for example, yellow, it's clarity, optimism. One color have impact
Chris, hold
about
on.
your.
Chris,
I'm sorry.
hold on. We are holding a global event, my dear. Okay, and a lot of people are watching us.
Okay.
Feel free. Hold on. It is perfect. Feel free to speak in your local language. Forget about English. No translation required. Go in your own mother language. Relax. Relax.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can also speak in your language. Yeah. Just take some breaks and yeah. Fantastic.
I'm sorry.
No, sorry. Perfect. Go on.
Go.
Okay.
Super.
Okay, I'm very nervous. I'm sorry. Okay.
No.
As cores in Portuguese?
As you want.
No. Okay. The colors is very important. It have connection with our emotion. If you are is more emotion, for example, or connect with food is red or orange. If you like more meditation, meditation or relax, is like a white. So a lot colors have connection with a lot emotions. So it's very important to know what you want with people feel for your communication have the color more the best color to your communication. So here you more example about our eyes. When people look
We
for
want Portuguese.
brand,
We want Portuguese. We want Portuguese.
no, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm more nervous. I'm sorry.
You're not nervous. We want Portuguese.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
We want Portuguese. Yes.
Ok. A leitura em F. We don't understand. I'm sorry. Our eyes too like no English. Line.
No English. Only Portuguese.
Okay.
We will translate
more
it later.
time.
Now we
We'll
can
translate.
One more
Don't worry.
time. I'm sorry because I'm nervous and I make a mistake. I'm sorry. I will try in Portuguese, but ok. A leitura também em F é muito importante. O nosso cérebro, ele não lê linearmente, ele lê pausadamente. Então, ele lê no início, no final, no início, no final. Então, quando você escreve em formato de F, o nosso cérebro capta melhor. É mais fácil para o nosso cérebro compreender blocos de textos do que textos inteiros. This example about contrast, you know, and one man and I'm mocking, but you know, I forgot como fazer a barba para o homem ficar limpo. Okay, I forgot this name. I'm sorry. So
Shape,
here,
shape.
shape. Yes, this is an example about contrast. Emotion. One more example about image and draw. So it's take a shower with colors. It's very interesting. You can use this for create your campaigns. And exist other emotions, anger, sadness, and other. If you need to know what people need, feel for you communication. This other example, it's when people driving with very lazy, no, need
Yeah.
to rest and sleep on drive. This is a example. And when you use creative and sleep. These are other example when you have sensitive in your teeth. And I love this, but we don't need touch for you feel what it is this for you. This is a decision paralysis. Less is more, and sometimes customers can be overwhelmed by too many choice.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, our mind like this. One, three options, it's okay. Not 10 options. One example is a menu. If you have a smart menu, little menu, it's best for people. Can you see the difference in a large menu and little menu? It's more easy. It's easier to people understand and choice. Sephira, when you have more curves, more difficult to learn, to see and understand. When more simple, more practical, more cheaper too. This is about psychology and the cognitive bias cortex. This is a lot types of methods to talk to people. And some companies and use neuromarketing. This, I'm done. I'm sorry about my nerves. So this is my presentation. I hope help you some things. And if you have some question, please send me and I will respond.
We will do like this, Christina. First of all, thank you very much. Thank you very much. No need to be nervous. Your subject is it's really super interesting. Thank you for the effort. This is this is being an entrepreneur. This is really being going beyond any barriers in front of the world. So it's just not to be sorry. It's a bravo. Congratulations. We will collect the questions and we will send them to you so that you can have the time to respond to the audience. And really, thank you so much, Christina. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very
much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you to you. Really well done. Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you very much. So let's move to our next speaker, Julia. So Julia is from Belgium, so we're not that very far, one from another. So okay, Julia. So
hi guys.
Hi.
Hi Concetta.
Hi, we continue on this super subject. So Julia, please, just for the audience, if you can briefly introduce yourself, of course, and then we move to this super subject, really fantastic subject that you have on neuromarketing, please.
Thank you so much, Concetta. And Chris, I just wanted to add how amazing you are. And you've got very good taste as we are wearing the same color. So Chris, really, thank you so much for it. It's a very interesting subject and I would love to go later on through your slides because they're very well prepared. In short about me, yes, I'm based in Belgium, like Conchetta is, and I am the president of the European Women Association. This is a platform for other associations to network on a monthly basis. And we help women with funding, we help them with finding the right partners, and also get mentored if they are needed that in certain stages. On the other hand, I'm very passionate about neuroscience, so that's why I loved the presentation before. So I will talk with you about the importance of creativity and how that will lead to innovation. The reason why it's important right now, it is because we've been hired by different large organizations to do this workshop with them that I'm about to share with you guys. All right, let me see if I can share my screen. Voila. Can you see it?
Yeah, great. Super.
All right.
Thank you.
So I'll be quick. You can get the questions later, but let's talk about the science behind innovation. And with other words, especially right now, how to thrive in a very complex and very fast moving market. So COVID pushed us in a way to pivot, to be flexible, even though we didn't want it. COVID actually forces us to think bigger, to think in new perspectives, to digitalize, to do different things that we've done before, and it's quite scary. And often we are a bit paralyzed. I will talk with you today about 700%. I will give you the few tools how to be more, not more, 700% more creative, which will lead to innovation, and that will also help you to survive and thrive in COVID times. Everything is scientifically based, all right? So we've seen that not only in Europe, but globally, that the most of the companies, they're faced with a quite volatile, uncertain, and complex market. You've seen that before. Everything is changing very, very quickly. The product shelf life is very short. So you realize, like the most entrepreneurs out there, that you need to be faster. So how you actually get there? So let me go to the beginning. In the last 300 years, many things have changed. We all start with the first industrial revolution, the steam train. Then, if you remember from schools, we went to the electricity, second industrial revolution. Then we had the computing, the 90s. Suddenly we had internet, we could connect. And what happens right now, and this is, by the way, information that I got from the World Global Forum, it is about the fourth industrial revolution. It's not about the mechanics anymore. It's not about the electricity. It's much more subtle. It's about robotics. It's about biotech. It's about artificial intelligence. And some of the researchers call it creative age. So the Normal Research Institute, they said, listen, it's not just about the fourth industrial revolution. We are actually here talking that we need to be much more creative to create impact and to get into innovation. So why is that important to you in any stage, by the way? Listen, it's not for the big guys that I'm sharing, it's for all of us, and maybe you'll get a few things out of it. First of all, too much competition, all right? Secondly, fast evolving technology. I mean, it goes fast. Look what you've been doing 6 months ago, and now it's crazy big difference, right? And then overloaded consumers. I mean, they have too much choice. Chris just told that it's not good. So the attention span is very short. So this is the main 3 reasons that they got out of the research why you need to innovate. Well, creativity is the skill of the future, let's say. Well, again, there's been a lot of research done by 60 different countries and institutions. 250 researchers gathered together. And together with IBM, they realized they've been talking to 1,500 top executives from different countries. And they said, listen up, creativity is the game and the answer. So we all need to become more creative if we want to survive and thrive. And maybe you know this guy, Stephen Kotler. He is the founder of the Flow Genome Project. And he's actually diving into the concept of flow and neuroplasticity and the parts that Chris was talking about. So what Stephen actually is saying, listen, guys, it's very hard to train creativity. It's not like you can do it like that. It's not like you can say, listen, I've got 15 minutes. I need to get creative and solve a certain business problem. He says that creativity isn't a skill, it's a state of mind. And then he dives deeper into what that actually means. And the concept is actually, you take the old idea, a business idea, got a new insight, merging that together creates a creative process. So then he says, like, how do you get that creativity, that process going? And a lot of research has been shown that flow, the process of when time flies like crazy. So the flow, or when you are in the Zen modus, maybe you know that concept. This is something that massively triggers creativity. So managing your mental state, he says, becomes a massive differentiator towards, for example, your competition. So it's not about what you come up, it's how fast and how different is that from your colleagues, I would say. So from a scientific perspective, flow is an optimal state of consciousness. That's the science that's saying. From a business perspective, it's your ultimate competitive edge in entrepreneurship, because this is something very difficult to train, the creativity by itself, but you can get into creativity through your state of mind, through the flow. So I'm sharing a few tips with you, what that actually means, practical life. First of all, let's define flow. Flow is a very interesting feeling. You already experienced that before, so this is nothing new. Maybe the words is different, but you've been there. It's a feeling that there is us, there is connection, there is bonding, like no ego. It's temporary, but it's there. Time flies in a very interesting way. So it can be very fast or very slow. It can be sometimes you maybe remember from your own experience, you would be, for example, working on a task or on a project, and you think like just half an hour passed, and you look at your watch and it's been like 3 hours. So this is like the state flow, when you are totally focused on one single task. When everything happens easy, meaning it's like you see the dots, it's like ideas come up fast, you see the patterns between certain situations. And then it's like it's easy, it's fun, and you are not distracted by the noise around you. And this is the moment when your best ideas, let's take example, your business ideas would come. By the way, my best business idea came up to me in March this year after meditation. I kid you not, I'll tell you later. But when does that really happen, the flow? Often if you do something you love. So the science says there needs to happen something in your brain where happy hormones would kick and certain neural connection will be activated. And that's how you come up with certain ideas and solutions. When you are relaxed, maybe you've been singing in the shower and you've got the idea. Maybe you are walking, doing yoga, dancing, cooking, baking, doesn't really matter. Often it's something you love to do. Why does it happen? Again, your mind calms down, the brain activity slows down, and suddenly your brain starts to work much more efficient and less in the survival mode when it's in the stressful situation. The Flow Research Collective, I told you about that in the previous slides. They say, so they interviewed like different entrepreneurs from different layers and backgrounds. They say that people, in this case, entrepreneurs, are 700 times more creative in flow. So the McKinsey research proved, they worked with the 1,500 CEOs, and they have proved when you're in the flow, you're 500 times more efficient. Kid you not. Means things that you were doing in 5 days, you can actually do in 1 day. So I hope you now are very eager to know how to trigger it. So another Harvard Institute, they discovered that it's not, I mean, yes, you get more creative and flow at that moment, but that state actually moves through more days after the flow happened. In a way that means you can actually train flow to be more creative during different days. Another thing maybe to add, flow is something, according to research, is that you can experience during 90 minutes max. So don't expect yourself to be all day in flow doing creative, amazing stuff. Your brain will just not be able to do so, but just know that process continues in the upcoming days after that as well. According to Forbes, guys, again, another research, they say the flow state percentage is something that they now start to measure. So this is one of the 5 new management metrics that today's managers and leaders need to know. So this is nothing something woo-woo. This is nothing something from the 60s or the 70s, guys. This is real. And this is what Navy SEALs use, Tesla founder does, the Google and the Facebooks out there. They need to be faster, more creative and innovative. And this is how they tap into their flow.
Yes, Julia, maybe a small break. If you allow.
Of course.
Super your presentation, really fantastic. Honestly, it's fantastic. And you know, for many people like us who are lucky enough, you know, to understand, to have lived, we are all entrepreneurs, we all have, you know, had kind of high education. Is there any maybe piece of advice, or maybe you share later or now, just to have a little break? You know, there are people, if you take also women, you know, like us, who are in perpetual stress. Perpetual, because you know, in the conditions they live or in the country they live. Okay, yeah. So how can we give to these ladies, please? This is super important, and really I like what you are sharing. How can we give very easy tips for these women, you know, to leave this perpetual stress where they just, you know, they just can't, so that they can also allow to this creativity, because I'm sure that they have, maybe they don't have the financial means, maybe they don't have the technological, you know, access, but they have all the creativity. So maybe which tips can you share with these people so they can also found your bubble? You know, you say I make meditation, I walk in the forest, and then I get all my ideas, also sometimes under the shower. But how can we give some tips to these women, dear Julia, please?
You will get the tips for sure. I couldn't leave you without the practical tips. Let me explain.
Especially for those women, especially for those women. Of course, for us, I would be delighted, but especially for those who are in perpetual stress. That's really
listen. If you that's a good question, Conchetta. I think we need to understand what stress actually means. Stress means, from a neuroscience perspective, it's like a boost of, I call it the negative hormones, but actually they also need it. But these hormones, what they actually do, they make sure that your front lobe is mainly activated. This is actually, what does that mean? You go into survival mode. You are not creative when you are stressed, you know, you only see and look short term. So stress doesn't really help you to get there. If you want to find the solutions, you need to go to the alpha theta, as you see, and this is the flow state. And good example, Conchetta, I think going for a walk, a shower, doing something you love creates those dopamines, serotonin. This is like a bonding hormone. When you feel connected to the bigger picture, endorphins, the happy hormones. These are actually the keys towards solution-driven thinking, towards creative thinking. And I'll show you in a minute what that actually means. How do you get into the flow? This is the answer to your question, Conchetta. Strangely or not, risk is one of the flow triggers. Something very contradictory to just what Conchetta and I just said, like stress isn't good, but risk, temporary short peaks, like you have a deadline. Remember, like you have a deadline and suddenly you go like a spear and you finish it on time. So running for a marathon, or years ago, I've done a Himalaya expedition. It was crazy hard, very risky, but I loved it. I mean, the time flew by. Concentration, another thing. We are way too distracted. I think Chris talked about that as well. Too many triggers, too many pings, and you just name it, notifications. That gets you out of that state. So learning to concentrate, preferably in the first part of your day, at least for 90 minutes a day, will boost your creativity and business for sure. I promise you. And this is science. It's not me saying that. Clarity. Like just sitting down or writing, like, all right, what am I working towards? Why am I doing all this multitasking? Why? What's the bigger picture? Feeling that connection to something much more bigger than yourself helps you to get the clarity and the vision towards the little steps. And then time blocks. They prove that working in time blocks actually creates certain focus, like hormones that help you to stay focused. Time blocks, a recent study in Harvard show that if you will work for 1 hour, guys, listen here, because I know you've been working for hours and sitting behind the PC. 15 minutes working, 10 minutes active rest. And by that, I mean, go walk, jump, I don't know, do something that peaks your heart rate up. That gives a reset to your brain. And then again, you can work for another 15 minutes to an hour, very productive. And then meditation, all right? It's, even if you think you cannot meditate, there was a research again done by Fadal Zaida. What he said in Science Daily, it's a very cool place to research, to read some more research about that. But he proved that even 4 days of meditation is enough to get results. Just 4 days sitting in quiet for 10 minutes, everybody can do that. You can train your brain and you can get into solution and creative way of thinking, all right? So through connection to imagination, this is lately we did a workshop with a larger corporate. I won't tell the name, but it was actually about how do we get from A to B, where we don't know what the B should look like. When you innovate, you don't know how the end result should be. And we work often through design thinking. Maybe you've heard about that. Design thinking is a very cool process of getting people into creative state. So clarity is something very important. So how do you get there? Often I hear entrepreneurs say, you asked me to do something, imagine the unimaginable. Never been there. I don't know how my business will look like in 1 year. I mean, there's so much things that are changing. Well, maybe you've heard about the piano study. If you have, great. If you haven't, let me give you a short explanation. Harvard University, and it was led by Alvaro Pascal Leon, a very known researcher in US. And he measured the brain activities of people who are playing piano. And then he said, close your eyes. Another group, close your eyes and imagine in all details and feelings, how does it that you are playing the piano? What do you think happened? The same parts of the brain were activated as if he was playing, as if they were playing piano. So suddenly they realized, oh my gosh, you don't have to literally play. Your mind doesn't know the difference that visualization actually feels like real for the body. And then another study, scientific study was done in Cleveland, where they done the testing of muscle flexing. So they asked, just literally, it was a small test of people to lift their fingers, and they measured the strength of their fingers, the muscles of the fingers. And another group, they have asked to imagine they are flexing the fingers. And the freaky thing is, the second group that didn't do anything, their muscle strength improved with 30%. So this is like just real examples, guys, for you, how that we're not using our brain to our full potential, and that's why we are often stuck. I already said that, and partially maybe Conchetta said that. We are in stress, women, men, children, just name it, elderly people, and we are all guilty of it. Things that do not help you get creative and innovative are this few stuff. Emails, early in the morning or late at night. notifications from your social media, emails, whatever, SMS, any other distractions, and then no passion or purpose of what you're doing. That's why often people who are not connected to their job, I see a few people in corporate jobs, they feel disconnected from the bigger to the bigger vision, and they feel often depressed or burned out. We are almost there, guys. If you think about flow, that mental state, that leads to creativity. Creativity leads to innovation. Innovation triggers flow. And this is how you, as an entrepreneur, business owner, or professional leader at this conference, it's your opportunity to go into that beautiful flow and trigger solutions who are very in tune with your vision. Also, if you, science showed, if you improve your physiological state, like your body, you become healthier. You start moving and eating less meat, for example. They prove that meat has a certain negative impact on flow, or heavy food and sugars, that will improve your creativity innovation as well. Just a short picture of my team, and we are working in different organizations on flow, on, as I said, through design thinking. And recently we started to do it online. Very strange way of working, but it does work, And this is just an example of the companies we have worked together. And if they do that, why shouldn't you? You don't need me on my team. This is something you can train yourself. And if you are consequent enough and do it daily for at least 90 minutes and test things out, I promise you become a leader in your niche for sure. So I hope in a way that inspired and that triggered, you can connect with me on LinkedIn if you'd like. And my last quote by a very smart guy called Socrates. He said, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on finding the old, but building on the new one. So thank you so much. And if you got any questions, I'm here, I'm yours.
Yeah, Julia, yeah, we had already from the panel. If you could be so nice as to share, of course, with Arjit, he will spread. People are very interested in your presentation. Now, just maybe a couple of questions. Which difference do you see? You know, this is really, as we said, of course, it's all what you say, in which state of mind, how we can influence our state of mind so that we put ourselves, you know, in a position where we can be more creative. And of course, there is a trend. I am a super creative person, so of course, it's easier for me maybe to even under stress than others who are not very creative. So there is, you know, more work to do. But what about with the COVID? I mean, if you have to give just to the people, you know, with what is happening, which is not changing tomorrow. So of course, and this is going to be even more helpful, Julia, now for these people, if you have, you know, now to share it, to say, okay, guys, it's more difficult today to get rid of the stress, which we have anyway all the time. But what would you say, just 2-3 little things that you know that can really happen now for everyone? What would you say, Julia, please? Which advice?
Thank you, Conchetta. I've been reading a few researches about that recently, and one small thing that can trigger concentration and creativity and lower the stress, by the way, is intermediate fasting. Meaning you would not eat for certain, like 12 to 16 hours, you're not eating. So, and with that empty stomach, you would work and create some stuff. So that will actually can help you towards creativity. When we talk about stress, again, stress can not trigger creativity. So it doesn't work together. So first we need to distress. Depending on who you are, if you are a morning person, you can do some movements, walking, if you've got a dog, everything. Science says for 20 minutes in the nature outside, everybody will feel the benefit. 20 minutes. That's it. If you can do it daily, I mean, everybody can do that. I'm sorry, I've been on a conference last year in New Delhi. That was a challenge for me. It was so noisy and hot. So maybe not every city you are in is distressing, but if there is nature around, do that. Intermittent fasting can help you as well. Any sort of blocking your attention helps. We are stressed because we are triggered to different channels. But if you just shut everything down for 90 minutes, I promise you, you'll be so much more productive and creative. And everybody can do that.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lilia. Thank you for this fantastic presentation, really, for taking the time to share it with us with all the tips and then accessible to everyone. And I'm really sure that people will be more creative and happier, because when you're more creative, you're happier. Thank you so much. So I think that, dear Arjit, we have some more awards to give.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's
So
go. Maybe
I'm just pulling up Dirk and Jason Schuster to the
and
panel.
then we move to Ahmed, of course, who is there since a while.
Yes.
So yes,
So
dear.
Dirk and Jason, if you are there, kindly please would you turn on your mic and camera?
Dear Dirk, are you there with us?
Yeah. I'm here, Conchetta.
Hi, Dirk.
Hi, Conchetta. Hi, Arijit.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
We are okay. We're okay. Well, until so far so good, as we say. So,
what
dear,
a great event.
Thank you very much. So, well, it's even greater for you as you are not leaving hands empty. So this is the award for you. It's for the World Entrepreneurship Excellence Award. So it's for you, dear Dirk. So congratulations, really congrats for this. And maybe if you can take just really a couple of minutes, because we are so tight in time, just to tell us a little bit more about you. Please, Dirk.
Thank you, Conchetta. Yeah, I tried to keep it short. Yeah, I'm Dirk Schmidt, calling from Spain, the Canary Islands. First, let me say that I'm really humbled, honored, and at the same time excited to receive the award of World Leader Summit. Wow. A little bit more than 1 year ago, coronavirus was still unknown. It all started as a vision. So we want to enable organizers to host their trade shows virtually without losing elements or experiences of a physical event. We've been working at BizTech for 2.5 years, where we organize business events that focus on matchmaking. Thousands of feedbacks from attendees and hundreds of conversations with event organizers make us, confident that we are the right team that 2Q is realizing. Thank you so much, World Leader Summit, and especially Arijit. You organized an amazing event with more than 120 speakers from all over the world. Wow. They've provided so many entrepreneurs such fantastic content. I want to say also thank you to our rockstar advisors, Dr. Andrew Maynor, Dave Crane, Magnus Lepenemi, and Matthew Morris. And of course, thanks to the 2Q team, Rosie Vieira, Chris Ressler, and Jason Schuster. Thank you so much. Maybe we have 2 or 3 minutes to give Jason the opportunity to make a short walkthrough to our project 2Q.
Perfect, no problem, sure. But before that, can we please share the award for him as well, because both of you guys have done amazing work.
Thank you,
Arijit. Jason, is he there? Yeah.
Yes.
You, Jason? Great.
Hello.
Great. Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am blown away that this opportunity is here in front of us, because like Dirk said, we've been working on this for a while, and we're still in the development of the technology, but this opportunity came up, and to be awarded such honors. I'm usually good with words, but with this, I'm a little bit at a loss. just grateful. Like Dirk said, our vision is to enable event organizers to host virtual events, but without losing the elements of a live event. Which there's been a few platforms out there that have given it a shot, and most of the feedback that we get from people is that they don't like the current formats. It's still not quite that same experience. So what we tried to do is to bring those elements together. The things that are working for like things like matchmaking platforms to match people together that want to meet each other. The easiest one, of course, is startups and investors, right? Investors are always looking for startups, and sometimes at big trade shows, it's hard to find those startups that really stand out. And so strong matchmaking algorithms are key to helping those people find each other. And at BizTech, we've been kind of working on that for quite some time. And then we said, what if we combine this with game technology, a 3D game, a video game, basically. And being that would really allow us to take these matchmaking algorithms to the next level. It would allow us to get much better, much more detailed data analytics for event organizers, for exhibitors, even for attendees. And so we began this project trying to design this perfect platform that would provide value to not even just to the people we want to work with, which is event organizers, but to everyone involved, to the attendees, to the exhibitors, to the organizers, everyone, to have a truly fantastic experience.
Super,
not lose
super.
the.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
So we have a lot of, honestly speaking, award to give, and this is very close and tight schedule. And I'm really sorry because people actually joined from Australia and it's late at night, and we have an amazing thing to share. So just probably within 30 seconds, what you do, what is your USP, and how you're helping the world. I know that you guys are doing amazing work.
Amazing work. So interesting.
Absolutely.
So in 30 seconds, your USP and what exactly you're doing, how we are making change.
Absolutely. We're designing and building the best virtual events platform in the world. We're going to make it easy for everyone in the world to be able to attend business events, even those who are limited by funds or distance, and truly connect the world in a better way than it's been before.
Super. That means anybody can actually have their avatar, they can log in, they can actually talk to each other, handshake with each other, walk in, sit, give the presentation, probably have some wine in virtual reality. That's the kind of thing that you guys are doing.
Oh, absolutely. But in taking it a step further, being able to find the right people, truly connect, do business. And the world is global business. And trade shows are key to serious business being done. Let's democratize it. Let's make it easy for everyone.
Perfect. So thank you so much, Jason. I'm really sorry for interrupting
it's okay.
you. I'm really sorry. Apologize from entire team of WLS. So I'll just ask you to keep yourself mute, and probably I'll ask you to go in a attendees role. I'm really sorry. So yes, so we are actually waiting right now for the day, the Presidential Award. And I have the CEO of US Presidential Award, Mr. Martin, with us, and I can see that I have the awardee with us. But before we go and roll in, can we share the screen with your due permission? Is it fine? Mr. Martin, could you please turn on your mic?
Yeah, I'm on. Can you hear me okay, Arijit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Hoppo, could you please turn on your mic and camera?
Can you see me?
There we go. Great.
There.
We can't.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Yes.
We can, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But we can't see you.
Mm-hmm.
Video should be working. No.
So here comes, I think, their platform, the platform that you have just heard about, the 3D one. You can log in with your 3D avatar and you don't have these issues. In any case, Monty, over to you. I think you can.
Thank you so much. Good morning. It is still dark here in the United States. It's just after 7 o'clock in the morning. And before I continue with the award, having been in marketing almost 50 years, I wanted to thank Chris today for teaching me about neuromarketing. I thought her presentation was excellent and I understood her perfectly. But moving on to this award today, the award for Zeal and Honor. This is from the United States Presidential Service Center. And we have almost 50,000 alumni members that have worked at the White House Military Office, keeping the presidency of the United States going. And this year, we wanted to honor Mr. Bruce Hoppo Hopkins, the president of Surf Educators International. And we have just been so impressed. First of all, Bruce has saved over 100 people, I believe, personally himself through resuscitation or life-saving efforts as the most famous lifeguard that the world probably has ever known. This is also our first Lifeguard Award ever. And it's really such a unique opportunity and honor to give him this award. And I think we all know about Bondi Beach from the television series, but it's also very important to mention that Bruce also has incubated as an entrepreneur a number of businesses and television series, which are a business unto themselves. Everybody often just thinks of him as running out into the water and rescuing somebody, and that's pretty much where Bruce ends. He's great at doing that with the muscles. But actually, as all of us are leaders in the world, here at the World Leader Summit and entrepreneurs, it's amazing to see his work as an entrepreneur and really the success in business that he's had internationally. So I think we would be remiss in expressing today's award and gold medal, which will be shipped to him in Australia. We would be remiss if we didn't mention how successful he has been in business. And our award from the United States is predicated on zeal, honor, and commitment, and the upholding of service to the greater humanity in the world. So that's what we do as servants, to serve the presidency of the United States and keep it going. But we try to also commemorate and honor those who are also serving. So without further ado, this Distinguished Service Medal is awarded to Mr. Bruce Hoppo Hopkins of Australia. And congratulations, Bruce.
Yeah, thanks for that, man. That's I'm pretty blown away on winning this award. Something I probably didn't expect. You know, I was excited to come on and speak at the World Leader Summit, and it was something that I thought that was a great honour to do that. But to win the award, it's even way above what I could probably say in words. And thanks for that great introduction. And it's something that I'm very passionate about with trying to minimise drowning around the world. There's so many people drown all around the world every year, and I've come up with I've got so much knowledge of 30 years as a professional lifeguard down at Bondi Beach, and then also creating the TV show as well, which is giving the messages around the world on to stay safe when you go into the water. And the campaign we've got is Float to Survive. If you float in any waterway, you will survive, whether it's a lake, a river, a backyard pool, ocean. And that's something we're trying to teach everybody. And I've actually put into virtual reality now a simulator where you can feel as though you're floating in the water, and it gives you that technique and what to do, and you retain that in your brain. So hopefully when you do end up in the water and in a difficult situation, you can get yourself out of it. So it's fantastic that Arijit, it's been amazing, the people you've had on and what you've done to achieve this. It's been fantastic, and I'm very proud to be a part of this. Marco in Australia as well, he's been a great asset to me, and it's I can't say much more, but I'm so stoked.
Thank you so much, Bruce, and keep up the great work.
Thanks.
Great, really great.
Thank you so much. So we'll move to our main program now. So Concetta, the baton is in your hand.
Okay, shall we continue with the speakers, Arjit?
Yes, please.
Okay, so maybe Ahmed, are you there? Because I've been seeing him since a while. Dear Ahmed, are you there? You're not sleeping.
Yes. Yeah. No. We are just in the morning now. It's like 1 p.m. So okay, I'm wake up and I'm ready.
Fantastic. Okay, dear Ahmed, we don't see you, so maybe if you can show yourself.
I think I opened my video cam. It's opening now. It's working.
Okay, yes, now yes. Good, great.
Okay.
Okay, so Ahmed, if you can introduce yourself. So thank you for being there. So please, the floor is yours.
Okay. My name is Ahmed Shawqi. I'm from Egypt. I'm work as a sales director, growth hacker of Visit Venture Group. I'm a trainer of trainees, how to present. I'm speaking in English, work as a community advisor for some blockchain companies. I'm training sales and marketing. For sure, I graduated from architecture engineer 2013. Kind of too late. I was ex-military guy.
Great.
So today we will talk about how to sell a pen for $1,000. It's not scam. It's not anything like that, but it just we will talk about how to do that and what's the skills you need to do that. Okay. I don't know if I should share my screen or no, but I don't think we will need it.
As you
will
want.
Not be needed.
You
okay,
usually
choose. Okay, but guys, come on. I will not give a lecture. We will discuss everything together. We will have like a chat. Okay. So I am not that type of guys who's speaking alone and giving that information. Okay. So before we will go to that, we will talk a little about marketing and how it started and sales how it started. We will back to 1688, the Great Solomon Revolution, what's happened in Bridge, and it led to stability in general political economic situation in whole Europe. After that, in 1750 to 1855, the Industrial Revolution happened. What's that mean? That means that steam happened, a lot of more technology happened, a lot of more productivity happened. So the time between 19 and 1930, it was an easy sale because the market was empty and was hungry, and we was predicting a lot of things. So it was a too easy sale. But 1930 to 1950, there is a big problem happened in that time because the market was full capacity and the factories still have them workers, so they still product. So market was full and there's a new product coming with the same color, same design, same everything. So we was in a big problem. Some people in that time discuss or suggest that we will make workers work for 3 years and be off of work from other 3 years. That means like anyone is working for 3 years and the next 3 years he is not working, and that was a totally problem because you will not keep the worker with your factory without paying salary, without working for 3 years, right? In 1950, starting the transformation of everything, marketing gets the beginning in the first of the beginning of everything. So the total situation has been changed to be marketing, do some research, know what market want, and then start to sell it. Okay. Is my voice is clear?
Yeah, it's perfect.
I'm talking little fast. So
No, you're
slow
perfect.
down.
Don't worry.
Okay. So in this situation, everything has been changed and marketing took a lot of a big size of the cake. But when we are selling anything, I want to discuss that with you. What you will think about if I'm asking you to sell me a pen or sell me anything, what you will think and when I'm asking you to sell me something. You will ask in benefits, you will think in benefits of that thing like pen. Okay.
I would think about the need, Ahmed. I mean, if I need to sell you something, I would create the need for you to be interested in my product.
Okay, so I'm asking a professional now. Okay, let's ask the audience. Okay, if you saying, I'm totally with you. If you saying in the qualification, the specification, the price, anything of that, you will be as a salesperson. Okay, and if you are in a salesperson, as a HubSpot would made the research, 3% only of the world who trust the salesperson. Just 3% of the world who trust you if you are a salesperson. But if we are talking about value, if we are talking about the need, if we are talking about I'm giving you an advice because it's an advice, it's nothing else, you will be like a consultant. And if you be like a consultant, it will be like a doctor. And doctor is one of the most trusted works. Did you saw anyone go to the doctor and when the doctor made any medicine and told him, yeah, you have to do that? If he's discussing with him, saying, no, I will not take that. I will change the medicine. Sure, no. That's why, because he is a consultant. Even the medical have a salesperson and working for that, but in that case, he's a consultant, right? So if we are talking about the value, about the need, we will change everything because if you are talking about specification, benefits, and all of that, it's like big field, big competition, big discuss, and you are in a big, huge situation. I will give you an example because Chris was talking about chambeard, so it will be a little more than that. But we will talk about women's, not men's. Okay. If you will go to make your hair, okay, connect them. If you will go to make your hair for $200, it will be high price or low price. Hello?
It depends. It depends. It depends on you, Ahmed. I had just one question. Maybe I ask you and then I don't ask you anything. I
Okay.
think that you said very well. Okay, if you're just a salesperson, this is why I was talking about the need, because we are bombarded by by people who want to sell. There is the need, there is the value, and for me there is one important thing is the trust. So because when you go to the doctor, you don't discuss because you have trust in your doctor.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
because it's a consultant.
absolutely, because there is a
Right?
consultant, because it's so. How would you position trust if I trust my hairdresser and he says me, please, Conchetta, this is how I would like to do your hair. You do like this, you do like this, and you wouldn't need more than 100 for mine. But okay, let's say,
Okay. What about $1,000?
take
You will pay
100?
it?
Yes.
No, $1,000. If you are
1,000.
normally paying 100, you will not. Nobody will accept it, right? But let's make the situation different. You will meet your boyfriend or you will meet the president of USA. Okay, so the courier told you, lady, we will make another thing, but it will cost you $1,000. You will meet the president. So he is not talking about the price. He is making about the president. He is talking about the event when you will meet him, and he is giving you another situation. He is talking about other situation, right? So you will pay 1,000, not because the hair. By the way, your hair is great, but it's not talking about it. It's talking about the meeting and the value you will meet. That's it. So let me share 3 secrets make you sell anything for anybody with any price you want. First, you need to understand people don't buy by logic. People buy by emotion, not logic. They justify what they bought by logic. It's like if you search about if you want to buy a car, you want to open a business, you want to buy a pen, you want to buy anything, it's not because of its specification. If you go with the layers and search more deeper inside you, you will find that there is a principle about emotionally who made you buy that thing. Like some people go to vacation not because they want to be in a vacation. Sometimes they run away from the world. They work from 9 to 6, 9 to 8, 6, 9 to 6, 9 to 6, and they want to go run away from that situation. So they buy a vacation. Other people buy a vacation just to be in that place with other people, like communication. People do things not because of logic, because it's good or bad. People do that because of emotion. Some people will pay $1,000 for a pen, for a jealous, for a charity, for just the story. So what we really buy, it's not about logic anyway. Even after we bought it, we justify it with logic. So when you try to sell something, you have to press the bottom of emotion and then give a small reason for a logic. So when I will buy a pen, I will sell anything, talk about anything, about value, about that, everything with honestly way. You have to be honest. You can't lie. If you lied, he will lose your trust. And if you lost the trust in one person, you will lose trust like 250. It was something saying that. So you have to be trust. Second thing, you need to understand, people don't buy their way into something. They don't buy something to start a new thing. They do that to run from something, because they doing anything because of pain, and pain will not come from the beginning, comes from running away from something. If you're starting a new business, you take a desire to be an entrepreneur, and you start, I will open my new startup and work for it, and I will work it 24 hours. You doing that not because of the coming future will be great or no. You're doing that because the old history wasn't good enough. You run from a situation now to go another situation. But you have to understand that, because if you are talking about only the future, he didn't saw that, he doesn't feel that, he doesn't have any pain about that. Even if he imagines that, it will be smaller than what he lived. So if you want to sell something, you are talking about another thing, what he lived. As an example, if I'm selling you a watch for $20,000, it will be great, high price, so you will not accept almost. But if I'm talking to you that watch, you will be in the meeting, you just a new salesperson, new one, you just a new client, a new agent in any company, and we are talking about, you will have a meeting with the CEO and all that, and we was talking about, you will be like a star, because people were looking to you, who is that person winning this watch with that all of money. So what's that happening? We are running from the old history to another way. So we are talking about the being different. Okay. Third thing, people buy stories. People don't buy the thing itself, people buy the story about itself. So if I'm talking about anything, any company in the world, let's think about like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, because I'm not doing in Pepsi. Okay. If you watch any ad about Pepsi or Cola or any company, big one, you will not find them talking about the product. Okay. Do your search now, get any ad about Pepsi talking about Pepsi itself. Is they talking about how it's good, how it's tasty, how it continue from? No, they are talking about story. We went to some place, we had fun, we enjoyed that, and our can Pepsi was in our hand. So your mind will buy it with unconscious way, that if you want to feel that feeling, let's do that. And by the way, one of the most success stories about that, it's, I don't like it, but it's the most success stories about cigarettes. By the way, I'm not smoking, but cigarettes, when it started to make ads, there is a big problem. How will you say it? You will say, what? Enjoy cigarettes? It's going to this? No one will do that, right? If you told people that, no one will buy it. So what they made, they paid a lot of money to the movie. When the movies start to speak, like there is a speaking, so there is an empty space, we want the other actor to do anything. So they paid a lot of money to the actors to just smoke when they was acting. So if you're seeing superstar, your superstar in the movie is in a brand, in a superstar, he is smoking. Unconscious way, you will do that. You will try it. You will do what is happening. But they didn't tell you that's good. They didn't tell you it's value, because it's bad thing, and I'm not encouraging it. I'm not doing it. But you sell you a story, and it's not small story. It was a movie. So your mind will do like that. And if you look to any trend in any country, you will find that there is some movies take the trend and the people try to make like them, right? Unconscious way, because people buy stories. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Any question about this topic before I continue? Yeah, I was clear. Any questions?
Yeah,
You are
no, no,
clear. You are clear. But as of
very
now, there
clear.
is no question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to be a professional in that field, if you want to professional to be a salesperson to sell a pen for $1,000, you have to put that 3 buttons. Don't sell it for logic. You can sell the pen because it's writing good, because all the pens doing the same, all the pen doing the same lines. It's depending on your hand. Don't sell it because when you buy it, you will do good hard writing. What's happening? Nothing. Sell it by the story. So if I'm talking to you, that's this pen in my hand now. It was the pen of the president. I don't like Trump, so Obama, okay, or any big president in the wallet like Obama. And I told you Obama signed it with the most charity thing in the world, and he will try to sell that pen for the charity. And this is one of small brand of Mrs. President Obama himself. So the price of the pen will go from $1 to 800 or $300. But if I continue, this pen will make you unique. And when you meet, when you sign a deal, when you do something like that, and the logo will be appeared in that pen, that means you are one of them, the unique people who got that pen. Then the price will go from 300 to 800. If I bought the story, when I was telling you that, I bought that in a good story about the president who signed that and what's happening, and I gave you a small joke about what happened, but have to be true one. So the price will go to 1,000. And when you buy it, you don't buy it because you are writing something or because the pen is good. You are buying it because now you are thinking it's like you are the president. And even you know you are not. And you are not know that for sure. It's no way to be not the president now, but you can try. But you will imagine yourself in that way, so the value will be totally different. It will change totally. If I give you a pen and now you have to sign a contract, and this contract was $1 million, and you don't have a pen, I told you this pen will cost $10,000. You will totally accept. Anyway, if you want to be professional in that way, you have not to think like salesperson. You have to think like a consultant. And if you are thinking as a salesperson, all you will think about the benefit of the pen, what is happening, the specification, that's price. And that's totally wrong. If you are working or thinking as a consultant, you have to do that 6 things. First, study the market and analyze it. You have to be expert in the market. You have to know everything about that market. You have to understand everything, because lack of knowledge when you are discussing with someone will make you in a big failure. He will not trust you if you don't trust the market, if you don't know the market, right? Second thing is about upgrading yourself. You can't be in a stop point and you're not going forward. You have to upgrade yourself. You have to learn more. You have to do your research. You have even study. All your life is studying. Even now in the meeting, in our meeting, we are discussing, we learning from each other. You have to attend more meetings. You have to know more about everything. You have to search. When you have empty time, that means you are wrong in something. If you are not enjoying that empty time, like having fun or study or working, if no one of that, so there's something wrong. If you just sit like this, so your time is going. And the most value thing in the life is the time. So use your time to do one of that. Study the market, upgrading yourself. The third thing is build a great relations. If you are honest, if you are a true person, not a lying one, you will build a relation. But if you are upgrading yourself more, you have a great relation. It started and built it in trust and the truth without in lying. So everything will be clear. So you will build more and more and more and more great relations, right? Fourth thing, you have to be a decision maker. Some people, when they taking a consult from you, they will be, all people will be in a great pain. They hesitate. They're like, I will pay money. Pay money, it's meaning pain. And all people, if you pay $1, it's still pain. Okay. So when you are a consultant, you have to be a decision maker, because some client will need you to take the decision for them. Like he is hesitate. So what I will choose. If they didn't take that decision for him, you will lose. Sixth thing is the personal skills. Personal skills is one of the most important thing in that. When you are talking to someone, he doesn't trust himself, he doesn't know about the market, he doesn't upgrading himself, he will not be having that enough skills, or you will think he's a scammer because he's saying anything. Personal skill is the most important thing in that. But some people born with it, but others can learn it, and it's learnable. It's not just born with it. You can learn it. You can upgrade yourself more and more and more and more, and you will be a great person. By the way, I meet some people when we work together. They work with me like 1 year or 2 years, 1 year and a half, something like that. And when they started to work, they wasn't trust themselves. They wasn't. Let me say the truth. She wouldn't trust herself because of life, because of unconditional ways to live in the community. Because a lot of communities tell a lot of women that they can't trust themselves, they can't do that more, they can't build that, they can't. And after 16 or 17 or 20 years of living, some people believe what they got. So it will take some time to change that and understand that no person in the earth can't be what he wants. Any person can be what he wants, can do what he wants, can learn and can go forward. Any person can be standable, can be illegal, can do what he wants. So after sometimes, after we work, by the way, I was surprised what I got, because women capable to do more than us. Sorry, but they can do that.
You need to understand. You need to understand, my brother Ahmed. Women are universe by herself, so it's not a surprise. They do multitasking more than us. They take care of the
Yeah.
family. They take care of the kids. They take care of the business. They take care of their office. They can do more. We don't have that capacity. You need to understand this. That's the rule of
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah, that's what happened. And she become a great speaker. She become a great salesperson. Even I trust her for life. Now, anybody ask me about salesperson in Zagzag, I told him, yeah, you can call Amira Madi. She is a great salesperson in that field. So that's all. Anyone?
Okay.
I'm open to
Yeah,
any question about anything.
maybe Ahmed, thank you for the presentation. It was very dynamic, so we were just really really listening to your words. How do you keep the trust? Because you can have a purpose is really to sell your pen to 1,000, 10,000, you make up the story. There is no logic that works, but the trust gains over everything. So you need to keep up the trust. If you succeed in selling me the hairdresser for 10,000 euros because or dollars, because there is a situation where I have to go, you will make me the best because I have there is all the situation around. But how do you keep up with the trust? How do you make sure that it's not just one shot sale for a lot of money, but a lot to happen in the future? How do you keep up with this? Just give us some hits to the people who are listening to you, saying, okay, how do you build a long-term, trust with your customers for your sales, please?
Okay, so in any condition of what you said, if I told you any fake story between my words, you will not trust me anymore. Okay, so I have to be totally trust, but totally push the right buttons. It's not about selling one pen, so I will say fake news about that. No, when I'm telling you this is a pen of trademark of the president, I mean it. It's not just a fake word. So it have to be that. Okay. Then if you're talking about your hair, about you were meeting the president, if I'm doing the best, if I'm not doing the best, and we are already seeing that. If you go to any festival about that movie, you will find that this lady is making or this actor is making his hair was like almost $1,000, not because of it cost that, because she want to be the most unique person between the attendants, right? So you have to be honest with her about someone do such that, and you have to do such that because this is the most unique thing in the field now, and I think that will be good on you. Because when you are talking to a person, you are talking about yourself, you're talking about herself. So you have to tell her about what she got on her, not on us. If you did that honestly and without any lying in that, she will trust you, even it's too much money, but she will accept that and trust in you and be a new customer. If she come in another situation and told you, I have another thing, you tell her, no, we don't need to pay all that. We can do another haircut, but it will be unique. It will be enough for that meeting. In that case, she will trust you because you are giving her a consultant. And by the way, some salesperson or some sales in the field think if you one time not make a big profit, you will not make it all. But that's wrong. Sometimes you have to lose to win. What that mean? Sometimes you don't have to win all the money, but win the person himself or herself. So in another situation, you will not pay her $1,000 for the haircut. Maybe you will pay her 100 or less.
Thank
Even you can. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ahmed. Thank you very much. You convinced me. Unfortunately, or well, unfortunately, really, we have to move. We have a very, very, very thick agenda. So thank you very much for the interaction, for all these tips. Thank you very much for the messages. Very passionate. So this energy is really great. Thank you very much, Ahmed. So maybe let's move now to our next speaker, Moulay-moi. Did I pronounce this well, dear? How are you?
I'm great, Concetta. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Thank you very much. Having a lot of fun. I hope you're also having a lot of fun.
I am. How are you doing? Where are you sitting?
I'm in Belgium. Being Italian in a cold country, it's bravery. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So if you can introduce yourself, lovely lady, please.
Okay, so can I just start? I will introduce myself. I just have a few slides. I prepared slides, please, unfortunately.
Please,
okay.
Please. Pleasure. Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I will be discussing to you about waking up to the meetings and events industry, lessons for prioritizing business tourism in the post-COVID era. So I will start with this slide before I introduce myself. This is a saying, this was a quote that was written in 1989. It says, in a time of drastic change, it is the learners who inherit the future. The learned find themselves equipped for a world that no longer exists. So the first time I came across this quote was in 2008. And I found it extremely applicable then because I had some change that I was going through in my personal life. And I found it extremely applicable. And that year, I set up a business called Infinite Learning Consultants. So this business has since evolved into a meetings management consultancy. I will run a bit in that later, but this is who I am. I'm currently a candidate for the Masters in Meetings and Events Management from the University of San Diego. I am a certified meetings professional with the Meetings Professional International out of the US. I've been in the events industry for over 15 years. I have been responsible for, which is only the one of my many projects, but this one is my pride and joy because it has received global awards. So I've been an entrepreneur for about 15 years. I am a past president, 2013 president for the Junior Chamber International. You can have a look on what the Junior Chamber International is later. So I own and manage a company called Infinite Consultants, and it is in 2020 that I set up Mice Academy Zambia. And in 2020, I co-hosted an initiative called the Africa Mice Summit. So this is what the Africa Mice Summit looked like. On the 9th of September, me and a colleague of mine from Nairobi coordinated an Africa Mice stakeholders roundtable. This was an intra-Africa conversation on the recovery of the meetings and events industry. We hosted this as a virtual event, and if you look at the panel, we did have an impressive panel from various professions, various countries, and we started a movement. So I was extremely excited when this this opportunity came along for me to discuss what I think most countries need to be having conversations around. So from 9 September 2020, the Africa Meetings Industry Day has been designated as an official day. That is a day that is meant to showcase the undeniable value of the business meetings, trade shows, incentive travel, exhibitions, conferences, and conventions. Those of you that know the acronym, I think I've referred to it once or twice, it's MICE, which bring people, businesses, and communities together. So this has been quite an interesting year because this was not the year that I had set out to do anything meaningful in terms of advocacy. This was the year that I was basically working, running my business. I was in South Africa in February at exhibiting because I was looking for new clients for meetings, those that are always looking for different destinations. And then COVID happened. So from March, basically my business was shut down. Locally, I have been working with people for the last 10, 15 odd years. So when it came to advocating for the industry, looking for solutions for recovery, I was a bit shocked because the same people that I've worked with were unable to help me place my business in terms of assisting us in terms of the the time during COVID, because we know that we're part of an industry called business tourism, but when it came to this period during COVID, we were nowhere in the picture. We worked as an informal sector. There was no data to support what we were doing. So I reached out because I'm a member of a few bodies across Africa. And I reached out to some organizations in South Africa, and it was similar situations. They were going to engage, but they didn't have as much input as they thought they did, because basically the services that we provided pre-COVID went unnoticed. So we ran a whole industry and people didn't know that we existed. So it was then an opportunity for me to start learning how I was going to engage, what were the solutions. And it was during this time that I realized that the skills gap in the industry was quite significant. So I set out to then find a solution to the problem, because I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So I identified that the skills gap was an opportunity for me. But I also realized that at a continental level, we would be sitting at the bottom of the food chain. We really were in need of engaging stakeholders. So we realized that if we're going to, our industry is, just a brief background, Africa had the world's fastest growing tourism industry pre-COVID. 71.2 million international arrivals in 2019, amounting to over 40 billion in revenue. Africa had a 69% drop in international arrivals. This is between January to August of this year. We had a 69% drop. This is because our source markets, where we've been pulling people to come to meetings, to come for leisure, were shut down. So as it is, we are maybe the hardest hit. We will be expected to suffer long term, even after the COVID threat is lifted, because it's going to be a bit of time before people can actually travel. For the holiday makers, it's a no-brainer. When there's a vaccine or when the threat level is reduced, people are going to want to breathe fresh air and they will come back. The truth is that the business traveler, the meetings, the conferences, even the insurance products that are supposed to cover people are not yet ready in the market. So it's going to be hard times and in the foreseeable future. So there is data that has shown that 80% of the businesses in tourism and travel are SMEs. So the impact is quite significant. Now, in recovering, we cannot recover as individuals. Africa needed to have a conversation, and that is why we hosted this activity. We needed to recover as one, because we've been so dependent on traffic coming into our different destinations. We've not optimized the 1.2 billion people on the continent. I will know more about Dubai, about Bali, about Paris before I know what is happening in Egypt and Chad and Ghana and all that. So we then started this conversation because we realized that it will be the numbers that will move within the continent that will help us in terms of recovery. So we basically set out a movement that was set to help start a conversation. We are not the solution. We probably don't have all the answers, but we wanted to start the conversation, and that's why we started on the 9th of September. So we have been collaborating, we've been talking, and we're looking at what more, because we will not go back to where we were pre-COVID. We were looking at a 40 billion industry. We are targeting to something that is going to be in the areas of $1 trillion, because that is what the real impact, the losses that have been declared, that is what they are looking at like. So either there was very little declarations, or we were not really looking at business tourism as what it should have been like, but we have regrouped for that purpose. I will now be able to take some questions. I just wanted to give some context to my presentation. Thank you so much for having me here. I will now stop sharing my screen and I will be able to take questions.
Thank you very much, Mulemwa. Well, it's really the sector you're in. It's really the most directly impacted. Even though I live in Belgium, is a small country, but Brussels is the heart of Europe, and this is where all the European Commission meetings take place, United Nations, and all has been stopped. So the impact on all the chain, because when you don't have the events, so you don't have the restaurants who work, you don't have, so all is just one after the other. So the impact anyway here has been just dramatic. So how your planning is more an awareness creation and let's say some opening the dialogue, but how do you think that you can help also closing the financial gap? How can you try to help? Do you think is it possible or it's impossible in your domain? Because I know what is it. I also come from that part from events. I've been doing this for many years, so I know that it has made me leave, but today it's really the most impacted one by COVID, and it's not going to be over. So it's not post-COVID, it's going to be a new reality. Post-COVID doesn't exist. It's a new way of living. So how do you think you can participate in trying to close, to reduce the financial loss?
So, like I've explained, I think the shock to our system was really the realization that our source markets were closed. Because I've always said the one that kind of, I think from March, I was kind of in a daze, where something happens and you're like, oh, they've closed this, there's a lockdown, and you think it's going to end tomorrow. And then one day I'm sitting and I get an image of Dubai airport with sand on it. I think that was the image that actually got me out of my, like, oh my God, this is really happening. The world has actually closed. The world has shut down. I don't have a job, So I kind of had these conversations with myself, and it was quite a difficult time to live through because my savings were bad. I have small kids, so what you kind of go through in terms of losing income. And I did mop around for a few days, but then the entrepreneur in me had conversations with myself, like, what problems am I a solution to? And that is why I was very keen to put on my profile that I am a past president for the Junior Chamber, because the Junior Chamber kind of shaped my life. So we are, with the active citizenship framework, where we are taught to look for problems and find sustainable solutions. So for me, that was what was my driving force, really. What could I do? But then when I looked around, the solution, even if we came with it, most people are currently having the conversations around domestic tourism. Meetings are now virtual. The truth is that we are fatigued with Zoom. We are fatigued with, we want to see each other, we want to sit, we're social beings. So we'll need to very soon find solutions to come back. But then I looked at what are the opportunities, what are the low-hanging fruit? And Africa is a continent of 1.2 billion people. At even just targeting 10% of that is a lot of humans. So that is where the opportunity to kind of close the gap. So when you look at moving, whether it's for leisure, whether it's for business, if we set out focused on how we can leverage on our people, I think that is where the differentiator is. I have now set up a learning facility that I am hoping in the next 2-3 years, if we do talk, is going to be a center of excellence for the region. I've engaged with the Meetings Professional International. I was in a comfort zone pre-COVID. I was flying to the US to go and get my training, get my certifications, finding my clients out of the continent, and I was happy. I was content, I was getting the paycheck. But now the reality is how many people can actually afford that? So it was that kind of thinking, why can't I bring the learning to the continent, equalize opportunities for people like me on the continent? Because it was giving me competitive advantage, but there was no growth, there was no development in the industry, not just in my country, but on the continent, because we do not have the set standards, especially in tourism. I always say that I am so thankful to Jennifer Lopez. If anybody knows her, please say thank you, because she's the first person that actually made our industry kind of fancy when she did the wedding planner. We are still waiting for someone to do the meetings planner, but at least, it kind of brought some inspiration to the industry. Otherwise, we are not an industry that will attract the A students. And I'm hoping that I will eventually be able to do that. So in closing the financial gap, I think that is where the secret lies, in leveraging our human contribution to the industry.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes, Malemo. You mentioned the, well, if you take, for instance, Middle East, you mentioned Dubai before. What I know, because I've, believe it or not, I signed my first contract online with the Gulf countries. So you see, sometimes there are also good opportunities. their things are moving there. I know because I have a full team. It's a full team there. So what's your options maybe for you? Is there a possibility that you get into contact with the Gulf countries, with Dubai, Abu Dhabi, where there are things happening all the time there? I know because I'm supposed to go end of January, but this is a platform where there is a lot happening. They manage it well, of course. The security and sanitary checks are very, very strict, of course, for them to monitor. But this is a platform maybe that you should explore. I don't know if it's in your pipeline because there is a lot happening there. Definitely a lot happening there. What do you think?
Actually, that you mentioned Dubai. Dubai this year was scheduled to host the World Expo, and that got cancelled. And cancellation of the World Expo is something that no insurance company ever wanted to think would happen, but it did happen. So I am looking, this is why we have these networks. I am very open-minded. If you have ideas, if you can connect me, I am super available. I'm very keen to get my foot out because I had invested quite a bit in terms of my skill set pre-COVID, and I know that it's not going to be a quick turnaround. I've come to accept that, but I think we have to start planning for the long term, 3 to 5 years, even though there's so much uncertainty, but I think just having preparedness, because we lacked preparedness. So looking at different scenarios of what the world could be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This is definitely, absolutely. Well, we will definitely share. This is why we are here. This is the platform for this, to share, to connect, to help each other. I mean, this is what our friend Arjit has been doing. Is the impact is ahead in humanity. I have in more than 10 days, it's just unbelievable what you're doing, Arjit. We have not said this enough, really, because this is the platform to share. You see, maybe she can have access to my connections, and maybe something can really get out of this, and then maybe all our energy and money invested can give rise to something. We will be all happy. Really, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. But Arjit, before I go, have you slept in the last 10 days?
2 hours every day. Not 10 days. I've been doing it for last approximately 2.5 months.
Oh, shame. It's been worth it, though. It's been worth it.
Well
done. I have been keeping watch of you. So well done, because it's like 2 a.m. in my time and you are awake, and it's still 2 a.m. in your time and you're still awake. So well done.
Fantastic. Yeah.
But before you go, Mulema, I need your, just say hi to the audience. I need a picture of yours. I couldn't take it.
Oh, maybe we spotlight my video.
No, it's done already. It's done.
Okay. So I have both my brands.
Thank you.
Are we done?
Yep.
We're done.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you. Thank you for the great
Okay.
sharing.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I'll ask Mulema to stay back because we have a couple of things which is coming up. Probably she will get some interest. Is she gone? I don't know.
Ingrid?
Ingrid is there. Please continue. I'll talk to her.
Okay.
Ingrid is there.
Yeah, there we go. Ingrid, there we go.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Ingrid. How are you?
Good, and you?
Okay,
Thank
great.
you for having me. Good morning from Mexico City.
Fantastic. Hi, dear Ingrid. So if you can please, introduce yourself and then tell us a little bit about you, if you don't mind, please.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Ingrid Orozco. I'm CEO to Ulis International. That is a international trade promotion and investment attraction company. I'm based in Mexico with presence in 18 countries. What we basically do is internationalization of small and medium companies. And I have the pleasure to run the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, an initiative sponsored by State Department and the White House in 50 different countries. So I lead the Mexican one. I'm president as well to the Organization of Women in International Trade, and official partner and national coordinator for the International Trade Center to Mexico.
Fantastic.
So it's a pleasure to be here with all.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So if you want me, I can start sharing my presentation.
Yes, please.
You go. You see it? Well, this is how. Okay, let me just copy this. Now you can see it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everything is great. We can hear, we can see all.
Perfect. Perfect.
Great.
So my presentation today is going to be about building bridges to prosperity. And I know that when I say prosperity, everybody's like, but what prosperity is? Because, you know, it can have so many meanings for each of us. So I wanted to put it in just, you know, what prosperity, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is. Prosperity, first of all, is a feminine noun. First of all, okay? And they say that is the state of being successful, especially in making money. So it's pretty common that we hear something like our future prosperity depends on economic growth. The country is enjoying a period of peace and prosperity. So as we can see here, prosperity is very related with economic growth, right? So who are the motors? Who are the main actors of economic growth? Small and medium companies, small and medium enterprises. And when we realize that, they are the main actors of economic growth, it's okay. But how to create a company, right? How to create a successful and competitive company, because it's not all of the companies are creators of prosperity. Not all of the some of them, they go into bankrupt. Some of them, they don't know how to run them. Some of them, they don't pass just 3 years of existence. So if you really want to have a competitive company, there is 2 ways. It's like to find a problem and solve it, to find a need and fill it. And these 2, if you take into consideration these 2 important options, I can assure you that you're going to have a very successful and competitive company. So in general way, what being a prosper or abundance from the ULED perspective is basically this cycle. You have to dream big. You have to project your dreams. And what do I mean by projecting your dreams? It's like, okay, I have a dream, I project it, but I project it and I put it in action, right? So I act fast. I declare that I'm gonna do it. I act fast. Once you have it, once it's running, you are thankful, and then you give back. This is very basics. I mean, we are starting from the very basics, because it's very important for me to understand how we can create prosperity and abundance. Because some of us, we think that it's just working, and that is not the way to make it happen. So in ULEAD, we basically lead our small and medium companies into 3 steps that we consider are the main prosperity creators, and those are competitiveness. So we help companies to become competitive. But what is to be competitive? Okay, these are the 3 main steps. Okay, that is competitiveness, internationalization, and social impact. Let's see each one in detail. Competitive. What is competitiveness? It's the capacity to produce and sell goods or services in a very efficient way with the best conditions. Nowadays, the companies that are really competitive are the companies who have getting on the wave of digitalization. Those companies that are not part of this digitalization process are behind us, right? So is that company, a competitive company, is that one that is able to build resilience. What does resilience mean? Are companies that are able to say, okay, now I was doing tourism, for example, our former participant, but then I have to change, I have to switch because of the COVID, and I have this strange or this like characteristic to make it happen quickly, to act fast again, right? The competitive companies are those who are inclusive. What does that mean? The companies that add more half of their labor force are women. They are 3.5 more productive. Imagine, just if you hire women, you're gonna have these 3.5 points on more productivity in your company. It's just amazing what you can do when you hire women on your company. A competitive company, once the company is competitive, we have created a diagnosis, and we have created a very, I said very simple, but we have been doing this for 15 years, but we have created 15 diagnosis question about, or to define how a company, or the level of competitiveness on a company. So once we define that a company is competitive, we go directly into the internationalization part, because this is the way to grow a company. Internationalization not just create more income, not just create foreign currency, not just create employment. Internationalization expand over brain limits. Internationalization get us more opportunities wherever we are. That's exactly why we are present now in 18 countries. And once you have this international part covered, you are present in different markets, and we are gonna be talking about in detail about internationalization processes. But once we are international, then if we give back to everything, all of these, that is more income, more employment, etc., and we generate this social impact, we improve communities. We get better infrastructure, better level of education, healthcare systems are better. Also security systems are improved. And this is all, related. This is an economic integral cycle. So when I talk about all these processes, we definitely have to talk about relationship building. And relationships are everything, I can tell you this. Great leaders are masters of relationship building. So when they come to us and they ask us, okay, but how do you create this consortium? How do you go into this mission and close businesses around $4 million in 1 week? How do you do this? Here I put just the secrets, to create prosperity in just 1 week. And this is very, very easy. It could be very simple, right? But it's just 3 ways. It's like business to business, business to consumer, and business to government. If you are applying this in a right way, using intelligence, commercial intelligence, using what I call international trade promotion, that is including, not just commercial intelligence, but lead generation, to participate in different international events like as trade missions, or investment attraction projects, right? You are going to generate them through all of these 3. So those 3 are direct creator of prosperity. So remember that I told you that prosperity is to have a better education, better healthcare systems, etc. Those are into this prosperity index. When we are talking about companies, it's very important that you consider the internationalization part, because internationalization part is not just to have presence, or it's not just to export my products to other countries. It's to generate a consolidated or a kind of presence that is forever in that international market. It's not just to send my product once and that's it. No. It's to generate a stable presence for products or services, and that is exactly what I was telling you. That is through this international trade promotion. But that is coming, or it is another way to do it. That is the investment attraction. Is the way that you secure your permanent participation in any foreign country. And nowadays, I wanted to remark how important is to move from here to this digital world, on the one you can just create prosperity, like pushing a button, right? Like using technology. So this is very important that you get on the digitalization wave. Because now I was hearing, I couldn't travel. How do you do that? Imagine in my company, I travel 90% of my time, right? Getting agreements from one country to another, leading missions, getting some companies and products and services and whatever. So we have to adapt to the new era. And we became everything virtual. So we became the masters on digital events creation. We started doing, more creativity, more creative events, getting more into innovative actions to make this happen and to adapt with the new arena that we were living, that we are still living. Because at the end of the day, this has to do with the development of enterprises, the key of economic growth, which can generate social impact in the region, always led by individuals with international knowledge and intercultural skills that can build bridges of understanding between nations. And you know what, the opportunity is now here, or It depends on what you want to see on it, right? Thank you very much. And that's my presentation.
Thank you so much. Fantastic, Ingrid, really fantastic. Maybe just, yeah, a question, if you don't mind. We have been seeing this, by the way, all through the this session of presentations, how important creativity is. Would you say that also in your business, if we don't have this, it's a potential loss? Do you think that today creativity is a must? You know, before there were creative people, there were not creative people where businesses could go on. But you have heard today that was one of the key words that we've been using. So without creativity, which is the innovation, by the way. So do you think that the business is over? What are the hints that you could give to the people also?
Absolutely. We have inside of us this creative way, or we have inside of us this creativity, right? So the thing is that some of us, we don't believe in us, and we think that is something external, and we think that is something that we cannot have. But at the end of the day, we all have it. So at the end, yes, I mean, if you don't adapt, if you don't create more ideas, and it's not just the process of creation, because, you know, to have ideas, everybody's having ideas. The thing is to act fast and to put it on practice. So when they said, no, I can't because it has been so difficult, because, you know, the external environment of, I said, yeah, we are all living the external environment. And yeah, we all have the same 24 hours a day, but it depends on how you mark those, or how you use those hours, right? So yeah, I mean, the business that is not adapting, that is not creative enough to move in the new ways, you know, digitalization or innovation, development, creating technology, new technologies or new things, are the businesses that are going to get behind. So, and absolutely, it's a must. Imagine, we were used to get people every time, you know, to lead, to get this lead generation, to call the different, and they were in their companies, you know. Now it has been difficult. That has been different, not difficult, different. Because now it's like we have to contact them through LinkedIn. We have to do, I mean, we have to be creative to get those contacts. We have to be creative to lead hundreds or 15,000 people events digitally. We had to learn how to do it, and we did it. But it's, you know, it was the willingness to do it. It's not as it's very difficult, and I'm just gonna sit crying because it's very difficult. I'm sorry, difficulties in your mind.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Do you think that in a digital world, especially with your job, or, you know, our job, is it more difficult than creating a trust bond than it is when you meet physically? Do you think that you can create trust through the screen like we are doing now, or do you think that when you meet physically, this is more an asset for the trust?
Absolutely. There is a huge difference, you know, the contact and the trust that you can create when you meet somebody, right? When you can see somebody directly to the eyes, when you can feel somebody, you know, even to give a hug or even to give a hand, you know, a handshake. And yeah, it's totally different. But it's what we have right now. And we have to make the best of it. That's the main difference.
Yes, I agree. I really absolutely agree. I don't know if we have, dear Arjit, other questions for Ingrid presentation. Absolutely fantastic presentation.
Yeah, hey, Conchetta, can you hear me?
Yes, hi, Martin. I can hear and see you.
Thank you. I had, as a man, I had a few comments to make about women in business. So I think it's important to hear from men and how they feel, and not just have a bunch of women talking about how great it is and blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely.
So women in business is amazing to read. I read the Wall Street Journal every day, and it's been amazing to see the studies in hedge funds coming out about how different women are and the way they think because of the way our brains are wired, and how successful they have been in producing profits for those hedge funds in Wall Street. And it's not to say that all men should be fired immediately and we need to have 100% women working in Wall Street.
No,
they do very well in specific areas, much better than males. And some of the things they've identified have been women are less risky and risk takers to throw all caution with wild abandon to the wind. Women are the nurturers in the world. And man, if you give a man a baby, I mean, I used to take my daughter and throw her up into the air, whee! You know, and my wife was like, you know, so we have a wonderful opportunity on Earth to realize that men and women were put here to complement one another, not to compete with one another, but to complement each other. And this is the main reason, you know, our board has been 50% women going all the way back to 1994.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. We never discount a man contribution, Martin, never. This is about me. My initiatives, I've been working with men more than with women. And this is absolutely not on purpose. I mean, it was very clear for everyone that definitely this is not the women, by the way, we are best. I think that we always need to work together. And if you want my own opinion, is more about value and like-minded people, no matter which gender they are. So this is
absolutely.
This is
it's about talent,
it's
and it's about being competitive. It's not a matter of gender. Right, but absolutely. I mean, I also agree from the United Nations perspective. This is a team. This is a teamwork.
Yeah.
We cannot do it alone, as you cannot do it alone, right? So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for the presentation. Maybe on this note, and also based upon what Martin just said, thank you for the hint, by the way, Martin. I have an announcement which will make you happy. You see, Martin, just about what you're saying. So just very briefly, I launched with COVID, because it was really time for all of us. As we said, we are entrepreneur. We cannot just sit and just say that things are changing and do nothing and just wait that the crisis will go away, because it's not going to go away. So I had to think about what to do. So I created an initiative which has really a lot of success. I'm so happy. It's called Willow Thrive, and it's I gave the name from the willow, which is my bond with nature. It's the tree that never breaks. So it's the tree that adapts. It's the tree that it's a symbolism of resistance and resilience. So I'm very happy to have already many members on board, and really best ladies and guess what, and men. And I'm very happy to say that our friend Arjit is going to be on board as the chief advisor. So I'm so happy that Arjit accepted it. I'm so honored accepted it. He's going to give his knowledge. I don't know, there's going to be I don't know how much time I should take to list your knowledge, to list your network. But what I can say, Arjit, is with your set of expertise and experience, with your network and ours, we were going to build a better world, that we're going to do our best to build a better world. This is what it's about. Just as you said, Martin, is really to put together talent and to all, aim for one purpose, no matter which gender we are, but just with the common values and common purpose. So I'm very happy to announce this. I'm super happy that Arjit is going to be on board. Thank you very much, by the way, for having accepted this, Arjit, for the opportunity to be here in this panel with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So I'll request something cool which was waiting for quite a long time. So I'll be asking the first teammate who practically created the whole ecosystem along with his all superpowers, Mr. Martin, to probably go for the opening of World Leader Summit 2021 and the future vision. Martin.
Yeah, thank you so much, Arijit. And it's a pleasure to see everybody. I hope folks are sufficiently woken up now. I know I've had 4 cups of coffee. So I initially come on, it was about 3:30 in the morning here. And Arijit was worried he was bothering me. And no, he wasn't bothering me. He didn't wake me up. But we are excited about World Leader Summit 2021 and meeting again, which is so important. As was just mentioned by Ingrid, Preparidad We have some preparations to make, obviously, to roll out a world slate of 10 cities over the next 10 years to take World Leader Summit into the year of 2031. For 2021, we're very excited to announce the League of Guardians and 7 current guardians who are going to help guide the World Leader Summit forward into educational components and teaching and more awards. And certainly our group days right now, which span quite a few sectors and industries. Of course, we have cybersecurity and cyber law and smart cities and travel tech. We have many, many different interesting sectors. But you're going to see tremendous growth with the many, many international doctors that we had on this year in the areas of medicine and health. Those are so important to the world, and food, agri-tech, biotech, and many, many other areas. The guides for World Leaders Summit, the League of Guardians, the 7 of us, I feel very honored to create a younger-minded, more fair, ethical business society. And part of our compact that we have formed, really centers around some old world philosophies and getting rid of them. And when we say a younger-minded, more fair, ethical business society, bear in mind, we're probably going to have a speaker who's over 100 years old in 2021. And we're also going to have speakers as young as 10 years old. So a whole children's section with Children's Day. So I would think, young-minded does not necessarily mean you have to be like in the range of 20 and 22 or you're not welcome here. I'm 55 on Earth right now. But we all have things to learn. I learn amazing things from our daughter and my son every day. And we need to keep our ear to the ground for the 100, the 110-year-olds on Earth who have already lived through COVID with the Spanish flu. And they got it again. And they said, I made it through World War I, World War II, both pandemics, and I'm still alive. So they're amazing people. You'll also see a lot of mention as we begin to roll out the expansion of the website. The fact that the world has now built many companies like Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Bitcoin, Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, cryptocurrencies, and other modalities of business that have never been seen before. And the couple that I mentioned there also include the first $2 trillion companies ever in the Earth's history. So embracing some new philosophies and some younger thinking sometimes is refreshing. And people sometimes have mentioned, it's just a bunch of young punks, snot-nosed kids. Why don't they shut their mouth and let the adults speak? I had a gentleman tell me the other day, shut up and listen to an old person talk for 5 minutes. So about 3 days later, I mentioned to him, hey, shut up and let a young person speak for at least 5 minutes. He was completely shocked to hear me say that, but doing things the same way all the time is not necessarily beneficial. And when people ask us, where is the money, the production, the performance, the results? Because all you people do is talk, talk, talk. We have the money. We have the 2 first $1 trillion companies in the world's history. If you can produce $1 trillion with your idea and your company, please feel free. But we are showing that new ways of thinking actually are working. So with that in mind, I would like to turn it over to the next speaker, who is also a guardian from the League of Guardians with the World Leaders Summit. And thank you guys so much for having us. It's a wonderful 10 days.
Thank you very much. Greetings and happy holidays to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Hazel?
Good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure and an honor to be with you this evening. My name is Dr. Hazel Harrington. For those that don't know me yet, I've been moderating throughout this conference and as also a speaker. I'd like to thank Arijit and the World Summit team, my fellow team members and guardians that have been supporting me and also been a part of this fantastic event. We are so excited at what is coming in 2021. This conference has been amazing with attendees from various countries such as Nigeria, Korea, China, Africa, Thailand. I mean, we've just been so amazed. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support and for all our award winners. We thank you for what you're doing for society. I would like to say that in 2021, as a guardian, my role is to be working with women entrepreneurship, also with youth empowerment programs. And as a humanitarian, we're also going to be awarding more humanitarians doing leadership programs. So be expectant. Our vision and our job is not only to equip and empower future leaders, but to celebrate those that are also making a big impact and contributing to society. A typical example was today with one of the awards going to an Australian gentleman for the work that he's doing as a lifeguard, and Mr. Hoppo. So are so excited. And some of the other things that we'll be doing in 2021 is investments, working with startup SMEs, a magazine, virtual education. I mean, we are so excited. My other guardians will talk more about what they will be doing and how they'll be involved. But if you'd like to get involved, contact us at worldleadersummit@gmail.com, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Hazel.
you, Hazel.
I think
So it's my turn, I guess. Yeah. So hello, everyone. First of all, I am really grateful, Arijit, really grateful for this opportunity and for organizing this such a big platform for people who are really passionate about what they do. Even, you know, I see that some of speakers even have some don't have probably a lot of confidence about their English, but anyway, they take this opportunity and go forward, and it's really amazing because today it's like Christian, yeah, am I right about pronunciation? Your name, Christian. Also, I saw how it was difficult for you to speak in not your mother language, but anyway, you tried to do it, and you're a really brave person, and I see that. A lot of speakers, really, you're not alone in our World Leader Summit, because previously also we had the same speakers, and I'm also had similar feelings. But I know that our passion about what we do drives us, and then we do what we do. And I adore really this World Leader Summit because I see that all speakers actually have same values. I've noticed that. I heard we all talk about passion, about love in what we do. We all talk about honesty. We go through our fears, and we want to make a great impact on the world. So that's how I see our values, and that's why I've decided to be a part of your team. And it's really, thank you, Arijit, for the trust. And it's really a big honor to be here. So if about our plans, I will also join what Dr. Hazel said. We actually have a big plans, terrific plans. And we are going to support much more people as we are able to support with different areas. If about our future plans, yes, it's about, as Dr. Hazel mentioned also, it's about women entrepreneurship, men entrepreneurship, and youth direction. And also we have plans to create own World Leader Summit University. And also we consider individual support in the future, yeah, of all of you. Very interesting plans about, you know, like how to become an angel investor. It's one of our topics, but I guess that our other members of our team will also add something to these plans. So we are just at the beginning of our journey, but we are really passionate about what we do, what we plan to do, and we have really great team, a friendly team, smart team, educated team. I am excited. I'm inspired of our team and of our all our 1 minute of our plans. Yeah. So looking forward for our next event 2021 in 2021 and next events, because offline events we also plan. And what else I wanted to say? I think that's all. Thank you very much, Arijit. Thank you very much, our wonderful team and all speakers. It's really important for me to be part of our huge plans and our impact on the world.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everyone so much for all of your great contributions for WLS 2020. I'm Farah from Malaysia. Pleasure to meet all of you. The ones I have not met before for the first time. Concetta, Adam, Chris, hi. Marco, I've met before, yeah. And Miss Ingrid, everybody, and Mr. Ahmed. Thank you so much all for being here. Great pleasure. Indeed, WLS 2020 has been a great platform for all of us to connect, to learn, and to actually help one another to get through these COVID trying times. So it has been a platform where we can have access to subject matter experts, and actually we can learn how to build systems. We can learn how to build ourselves. Actually, we start by building ourselves, and then building the community, building the societies, and then we build the nations. And then this is a great platform to actually converge and communicate across nations and borders. So what I envision WLS 2021 going forward is that it will be a platform for free education for everyone from any background in pursuit of knowledge, network, and business collaborations. It will be a platform where everyone can reach out to the experts and advisors, mentors, for all the business guidance, especially for startups and SMEs. There will be collaborations with accelerators, with universities, with many corporates as well. And so we invite all who are interested to partner with us in the future, because as you can see now, even in 2020, we have over 120 speakers, and there's been 10 topics, right? 10 days, more than 10 topics, definitely 20 topics, right? 20 sessions.
25.
Yeah, yeah. So we would like to invite all interested parties to join forces with us to bring this forward to greater heights. Yes. So if I would may to actually go over some of the X-Mind, should I? Right.
Of course.
This is something that we just came up just now. Is a structure. We're still working on it. Just a moment. Where is it? Just a moment. Let me just share the screen. Exit full screen. Excellent. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Well, yes.
Okay, so we've actually started our initial discussions and we're still working on this. We will be focusing on education sectors where there will be collaborations with universities worldwide. And we invite all nations to also be part of this. Our current target market will be Russia and Australia, as per Ms. Evgenia and Mr. Dave. And we want to also come up with virtual global digital schools and communities. And we will have like certificates and courses going over time in all areas that can be contributed by WLS speakers in all industries. There will be upskilling programs, English language transformation program, supported with AI translators and ethics courses as well. And this ethics course will be required for members to go through prior to joining. And there will be definitely entrepreneurship programs for startups, SMEs, accelerators, universities, women entrepreneurship. And I would like to stress that all speakers, maybe we can join several of these divisions because some of us wear many hats, and we actually can be in entrepreneurship, we can be in investments, we can be in many parts, even in future technologies as well. And there's AI, VR, and XR, the immersive technology going forward. So we also realized that even this can be applied across industries. For example, AI in education and AI in healthcare, there's wearables. You actually put the AI in the dialysis machines and AI in manufacturing, VR in brand marketing. There's so many angles to that, so many, so that we will actually need to leverage on the expertise of each one of you going forward. Okay. So there's a lot for everyone to do here. So we would like to join forces, definitely. There's also youth empowerment, sustainable ventures and cultures. So this is just some of the thoughts that we have for now. Going back then, we would also like to invite for sponsorship opportunities. For those who are interested, please write to us at worldleadersummit@gmail.com. So I think that's all for now from me. And I hope that we will see you in 2020 forward, all of you. Thank you so much for all your contributions.
Thank you, Farah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Farah. It was amazing. Marco, if you're there and if you're awake.
Marco here?
And Farah, if you could just, yeah, thank you.
Marco is not around. Is Marco around?
Yeah, Marco is here, I think, probably something.
Yeah, I think he's.
Yeah, Marco said he's up. It's like 1 a.m. See if he wants to run in here. Yeah, he said he'll go next.
As we wait for Marco, I just wanted to just mention that we also will be promoting the use of the World Leader Summit logo for members and also for those that want to use it in their profiles as a lecturer, delegate, or speaker. Maybe, Martin, if you want to actually go into detail with that one.
Yeah, I'm happy to. So many people have asked us while we're waiting for Marco, if we are going to have titles that we are handing out across the earth, like senator or governor or high priestess or His Royal Highness or Her Royal Highness or HE in front of the name or His Excellency or Her Excellency, or if they would be a congressperson sitting in the World Congress, or if we were going to recreate the United Nations, if they could get a title or something from us. And so we had actually decided we don't believe power on earth comes from the World Leaders Summit and is handed out to people. Our philosophy is you already are powerful and you bring your power to the group that collaborates together. So you are not in need of any authority from somebody to grant you power or to say that you are this or you are that. So we like people to focus on themselves, much like Iron Man derives his power from a nuclear core that he actually snaps into his chest and sometimes changes it out because he uses his power all up. But he comes back to the group, whether it's the Avengers, for those of us that would like a concrete example, to be very specific and give me an example of what you're talking about. Each individual has their own power. So if you would like to list the logo World Leader Summit on your LinkedIn profile, and you were a speaker this year, or you were a lecturer this year, or you were part of a panel this year, you would put those things. You would put speaker to the blockchain panel at World Leader Summit. And so you could have the logo on your LinkedIn profile. If you were not a speaker, but you plan on attending one of our meetings this coming year in 2021 and joining us face to face, you could become a delegate for your country and you would represent your country. And so you would use the word delegate in the English, D-E-L-E-G-A-T-E, delegate. And so you could be a delegate. And there may actually be a parade of nations, much like the Olympics. So there could be 5, 6, 20 people from your country there with you, all as delegates representing your country. So these are various different ways in response to Hazel's mention that people can get involved and be a part of us. If you've been a speaker, if you've been a lecturer, you can use the logo. You are not a member and you're not an employee. You're your own person and your own power, and we believe in you.
Super. Exciting. So I think Marco is already there and he's trying to log in. He has got some small emergency, but I think this is the time that I should welcome another member on behalf of the League of Guardians. And I'll ask Marty and me both to welcome Concetta to team of World Leader Summit.
Yeah, Concetta, grazie.
Thank you.
Molto
Thank you so
grazie.
much. Thank you so much. I've not prepared that. I not prepared a long speech, but I just wanted to join forces with everyone. I mean, with Martin, I see all your text in the chat, in our common chats. But it's so nice to meet you in a more animated way. And just wanted to share with all the ladies, this energy is not about just, as you said, Eugenia, who cares about the how you speak, but the energy that you communicate, the passion that you communicate is just incredible. And Dr. Hazel, we spoke, and then you see this is another way of working together. I'm so happy. I'm just super happy. It's just incredible to meet really always the very, very good people and to really join forces. And of course, there are projects and ideas that I would be happy to share with the team. And well, thank you very much. My day. Really, thank you very much to all the team. Thank you, Arje. Thank you, Martin, and all the ladies. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulazioni.
Grazie, grazie Martino, grazie Martino.
Grazie. Obrigada.
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 I guess we have our the guardian with us.
Does he come around?
He is, of course. How can I miss this? Marco Somorelli, are you here with us?
Yes.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm back.
Hi, Marco.
I know. You're back and smashing.
Well, hello everyone. It's thanks Ajit. Thanks team. It's it's just a fantastic event that we've had for the last 10 days. The World Leader Summit not only has changed my life, but it's changed many people around the world. So it's been a fantastic and beautiful event. Been inspired to another level. To be honest, team, it's such a rewarding period in my life and something I'll never forget. So 2021, our team everyone has spoke about the fabulous areas that is going to be obviously empowering a lot of different generations of people. Yes, we do have various projects that is going to be implemented worldwide, and our super team is going to obviously mentor and role model the future generations in various markets around the world to get the best out of leaders in their given field, but also allowing them to flourish, allowing them to be challenged, and also to grow to who they would like to be. So to achieve their dreams, to achieve the impossible in the eyes of sometimes themselves, being obviously, I'm not saying negatively put down, but others around the planet might be in awe of their future achievements, how they're going to inspire future generations. And that's what we're all about. It's about, we're going to create a legacy, and it's going to start, and it has started, thanks to our beautiful leader, Arjit, and all the ladies that are on this brilliant team. I'm very inspired. Today was a special day in my life. That's why I'm a little bit late and a bit exhausted, but I've had one of my daughters. When we speak about women in leadership positions, I heard a fantastic speech from one of my daughters graduating year 6 today. It's been not only a spiritual achievement on her behalf, but also her friends and peers achieving the impossible at their young age. They're only 12 years of age and 13 years of age, these boys and girls. But what impresses me, the fact is, not only they've been resilient during COVID, they've shined together through adversity. There's been a lot of downtime in Sydney, Australia. You've heard the news around the world of all the negative press with families and communities. However, people in the press at times don't talk about the positive stories, how young people and the youth are going to achieve amazing things in the future once post-COVID occurs. So congratulations to all the aspiring women and men out there at any age, at a young age. I heard today there was a presentation also done via where I heard a story in India where a 27-year-old young entrepreneur became the youngest billionaire ever. He started at a very young age, at the age of 8, and he had this aspiring need to achieve his dreams. But around him, there was families and communities that he obviously had to ensure that he could be the best person he could be. And at 20 years of age, did amazing things by investing in himself. And that's where our team is looking forward to mentoring and obviously ensuring that coaching education is vital, and also at the same time to allow you as an individual woman and man in this planet to shine and to follow. We will follow and support you in our endeavors to make this the best journey you can have in your life. So this young Indian fellow, now at 27 years of age, is a really great person for us to look up on. We talk about billions. You don't have to achieve billions. We have foundations and charities that are going to make a real impact in people's lives. So I'm very excited, and thank you very much for allowing me to conclude tonight's World Leader Summit, and bless you all. Have a great end of the year, and happy Christmas, and happy New Year to all of you and to your families around the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hulk.
So, thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Martin. Thanks everyone.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody. We will see you on the 20th for the next World Leader Summit event. That will be December 20th. We will go live with a special announcement via First Gold. And if you don't know anything about First Gold, you will soon. That will be Genesis Day, December 20th.
The time will be exactly coming live online at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And the Genesis event will occur on that day of 12/20/2020 at 12:20 and 20 seconds of the hour of Eastern Standard Time. So we look forward to seeing you for many other events throughout this year. At least once a month, we're going to be announcing a new event, but our very next event is actually coming up on Sunday, December 20th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That event will last about 30 minutes. So thank you to everybody, and I turn it back over to our host, Arijit.
Thank you so much, Marty. It's been a pleasure. So let me give you a small summary of what happened in last couple of months. Before I go deep dive into it, let me explain you what is a logo stand for, why this kind of logo, a circle, and then on the top of a circle, there is another small dot, and there is a straight line. Looks like someone is actually standing over there. And so here you go. If you look at the logo, the circle, the big circle, is the world. As a leader, you are standing inside the world on the very core part of it, because you are the creator. And at the same time, as a leader, you have to look from the top, what is going on in your creation. So you are the protector. So as a leader, it's the responsibility to define yourself as a protector as well as a creator. So that's the meaning of logo. And the person who created this logo is from India, Rajkot, Vittal. Thank you so much for creating this. Now, how can I don't thank the person who actually connected Vittal and me, as well as who helped to create the total schedule along with me, Jatin Kataria. Jatin, if you are there, please raise your hand from the audience list. Jatin has been a great human being trying to help me from his busy schedule, couldn't join us for the longer journey, but he has been a backbone, he has been a support. Now, for a perspective, let me tell you why we decided to split the time for Indian audience, 8 a.m. to 12, and then again 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Why we did that? Because we wanted to give comfort to all the speakers. When you look at the globe, we saw multiple different time zones, and we wanted to give comfort to the speaker time zone so that they can be awake and they can speak comfortably. And that's one of the reasons when we decided to go with theme, when we decided to go with timing, every theme we tried to connect with time zone, speakers timing, as well as audience timing. And I'm really blessed, we are all blessed that all these beautiful audience, they supported us and helped us to make it success. The World Leader Summit is not a success without the audience. World Leader Summit not a success without the core team. World Leader Summit is not for property of some one autocratic leader. That's not leadership, that's dictatorship. World Leader Summit is for people, by people, and that's the reason we call ourselves the Guardians. So we have our own superhero names, although this is actually, powered by a couple of more superhero names which exist in comics world, but we make fun about ourselves. So let me introduce you to the Green Lantern Corps, Martin, and of course he is a superpower with all wheels roaming around the universe. And of course, we have a lot of different definitions, but I want to go deep down into it. Let me give you a small brief what happened. Personally, all the teammates, the core teammates, personally, I feel they have been awake along with me. It's not that I was awake for 2 hours in a day. I call Marty late at night in his time, he picks up the call. I call Farah late at night in her time, she picks up the call. If I ping Evgenia, she gives me a response. If I give early morning calls to Hazel, she gives me a reply back. Marco, why he is Smash, why he is Hulk? He has been awake for last couple of weeks along with us. He has been supporting, commenting, asking questions, from various different levels. Thanks, Marco. And we missed someone, Dev. Dev is Flash in our team. So Dev is the guy who actually trying to make things concrete, solid, fixed, freezed. So we believe that we are growing. We believe that we will be growing. We believe that in 2021, COVID or no COVID, we don't care, but we will handhold and we will grow. And the vision that Marty is sharing, of course, it will be 10 different countries for World Leaders Summit going forward till 2031. We don't know what's going to be happen. We don't know what is the future coming. None of the superhero can predict what is going to come. And we are all superheroes in our own life. If we have a power to see the future, the fun is lost. So going back to the past, which we can say, December 7th was the starting day of World Leader Summit. December 16th is the beginning day of World Leader Summit 2021. A couple of you commented in social media, last day. No, sir, madam, kids, it's not the end of World Leader Summit. With this note, with all my team, with Almighty support, with all God's grace, let us all welcome World Leader Summit 2021, started from 20th December, as Marty said, the Genesis Day. That will be the starting phase of World Leader Summit 2021. Going forward, if you wish to join us, write to us, check out our website, be there in the social media. We have one single very simple word, World Leader Summit. There is no S in between. World Leader Summit, WORLD LEA, you know the leader meaning. I don't have to tell you. Come on, you are leaders. So don't make me do it. Just go there in social media, like us, follow us. And if you really want to enlist yourself, as our another leader said, do it efficiently. We'll be more than happy to get in touch with you. We'll be more than happy to handhold. And these are not words. Now, we are new. We are baby. It's just first step. You need to understand how to nurture a baby. You need to understand that we will be, doing very small step, baby step, You know how baby walks? They need hand holding. It cannot walk alone. So we need you. We need more superheroes to handhold World Leader Summit so that it can walk and grow and become a super powerful super baby. So thank you so much. Thank you all the partners who supported us. Thank you Adam Gaming, Jeep Technology, 8 Metals, Glamour Face, Abilu Global, Animation Reviews, Zupin Corp, Virtual Infocom, IO Industries, VGT, Cybersecurity Gigs, I Am Superhero, Yoga Training for You, My Films, Sports Zone In, Second Life Tech, Cosplay Sailors, Squash Code, Exo Designs, Entrepreneur Space, BizTech, Extended Related Developers of India, iLead, Tech Sauce, Billion Divas, Vadbani Foundation, IBM TV, Africa Digital, Adamas University, and HD Africa. We love you, Africa. Thank you so much. So I'll ask my whole team to formally open World Leader Summit with one single statement. All of you, please. It can include the speakers as well. We welcome all the speakers to have their own thoughts. If you are a speaker and if you are there in the panel, I don't know. I can see Chris and Ahmed. You can speak in your language. It doesn't matter. We are global. Evgenia, maybe we can
when
start
I
with you.
speak English to me, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Now I'm okay. I was so nervous, but now I'm okay. I'm so grateful. I appreciate the opportunity to share with you about my love, my work, and opportunity to all people grow in her business. It's very important. This share, this network, and what we need to do to grow lives, grow up the life. It's very important to me. Thank you very much for opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for all the great words. So I'll move to Evgenia, probably some few words from you, please.
2 words for all our audience. Do you know Chris, can you repeat, please?
I'm saying just 2 words for all of us, team, audience.
Before I told about how I'm passionate about our team and the audience, and first I invite you. Oh, sorry, Ahmed, can you unmute please your mic right now? Thank you. Yeah, so it's really it's a big honor to be a speaker and a host in previous days, and I believe that we have a really great future with all our team, with our core team, and because we act with from our heart, yeah, and I believe that all our audience has the same passion about what they do, because we always attract the same people like we are, yeah. So it means that we can create own community. We plan to create a Telegram chat for participants also, but in the future, of course, as I mentioned, we have really big plans. And please be part of us, please follow us, contact us in social networks, and we are looking forward for our future, for the future World Leader Summit.
Thank you.
What's next?
Okay, so I'll probably ask Farah to formally close the session and open World Leader Summit 2021. Farah, over to you.
Thank you so much, Arjit, and all panel members, everyone, participants. We thank you so much for your joining us in this World Leader Summit 2020. And I would like to share that never waste an opportunity to grow yourself, to be better in terms of knowledge, networking, business connections. This is a precious opportunity that you can use to elevate yourself to higher place in the future. And also, they say never waste a crisis. Always focus on the positives. What you focus on grows. I would like to invite all of you to join us together for 2021, WLS 2021. We hope to see you there. And yeah, that's it. We have to see you there. Selamat berjaya in Malaysia, from Malaysia. All of you, thank you so much.
Thank you, Farah.
Very much.